very, very quiet or hunting bad games. Welcome.
So, like 5 seconds before the show started, as you may remember, Cass, you said, I don't know what to do with an intro. And then there was a brief pause, and you said, I got it.
Folks, that's my legendary improv skills come to the front. My ability to pull something out of thin air and make magic, baby. Make show magic.
Yep. That's why we're friends. That's why we're friends. You impress me every day.
Hello, Charky.
Welcome, folks. Hey, Cass.
So we're doing another one of those games that those patrons voted for, Twitch subscribers et al. It's The Quiet Man. 2018's The Quiet Man, developed by Human Head Studios, published by Square Enix. This one's a bit of a doozy. This one is a bit infamous. This is a bigger profile bad game. And it's one that definitely deserves the treatment, a critical treatment. Johnny Baghead in the chat already saying, move over the bye-bye man, the quiet man is here, which was one of the big complaints about this game's title, because it came out around the same time as this awful horror movie called The Bye-Bye Man, which also got clowned on at the time of its release, so two great tastes that go great together. This game made my list for one of the best worst games of the 2010s decade, and I stand by that. This is a truly fascinating little game which has to have a wild story behind it, and not all the details are known of that story. Human Head Studios would fold pretty shortly after this, if I recall. The studio that had brought you the original Prey, brought you Brink, which I stand by as being a pretty solid shooter at a moment in time, and of course, Defiance.
I always wanted to play Defiance back in the day, but I did that was right around. Well, was that when my computer died? No, that was a console game, wasn't it? That's why I didn't play it.
It's console and PC.
It was PC.
It was a free-to-play MMO based on a sci-fi show. And when I say sci-fi, I mean SYFY, the channel. But that's a whole other kettle of fish. This game is unlike all those other games in their catalog. I think much of the design of this was informed by or specified by a Square Enix, rather than an original idea from Human Head Studios, if my recollection of this is correct. And boy howdy will that show. Rules started in just a minute, but again, I do want to thank folk for voting on this, for determining we'll play this. We're going to play through all of it in one stream, and then we're going to do it again on another night, because there is a feature you unlock that is quite essential to the experience of The Quiet Man, that was not there on launch of this game, but came out a week after launch.
That's right.
But we'll get into that when we get into that, when it is appropriate to do so.
It would take people a week to beat it. It's a very meaty game.
Oh yeah, those 3 hours, you really stretch them across the course of 7 days. And you can really get a full meal out of it, as they say. Discord, please cooperate. Please show me the screen share thing so I can share my screen to Charky, my good friend Charky. There we go.
There we are.
Oh, Human Head, we hardly knew ye.
It looks like they folded the next year.
Yeah.
2019.
Right after releasing, Rune 2? To be clear, Human Head was a studio made up of former Raven software employees, so good pedigree there. And then when they shut down, I think they immediately migrated to a new studio. Like, everyone on this team landed on their feet, created a new studio. So I think, Human Head died in kind of name only. The mantra and then the staff carry on, presumably. It's been 4 years, so who's to say?
Yeah. And they had good games under the belt too.
They had a couple.
Prior to this.
So this is The Quiet Man. For those of you who don't know what the gimmick of this is, who are just joining and being like, wow, this Quiet Man, this seems interesting. I've never heard about this game before. You play as a deaf man, which doesn't really make them quiet. I mean, they speak in the game. You don't hear it, because it's a whole thing. The way this game handles, hearing loss and conveying that to the player, which was its central gimmick, is about as bafflingly handled as is possibly imaginable. As another part of that, there's no text in this.
You finally made it.
like
Friends.
anywhere.
Oh.
Like in the menus, there is no text. You just have to figure things out from iconography.
That's not how deafness works.
No, this is the subtitle
correctly.
option. This is
By the way,
useless, effectively.
Jesus. Thank you for the raid free star.
There is one scene. The intro scene to this game will have subtitles, at least in this first playthrough. The subtitles are basically useless. On first launch of this game, there is basically a disclaimer that says, this is the subtitle option. Bear in mind that this will not affect most of the game, which is a shocking confession. We're playing with this. These are all the graphic settings. I hope you like Ultra with VSync.
You know, if you're gonna go with VSync, you got to go with the Ultra VSync.
Of course. This is presumably a scene select or level select.
Soul Stuff asks if they should watch this muted for the full immersion.
That's a good idea. Just completely get rid of yourself of our obnoxious commentary. I mean, what do we have to say about any of this? I'm gonna start it now. Brace yourselves, folks.
I just realized, I think a benefit of this one is I don't have to worry about talking over
cutscenes. I was just thinking that is that we don't need to worry about overlapping with the dialogue.
Thanks, Square.
I will also say one thing this game does well. It does a couple things well. Let's be honest. This game isn't completely without merit. It does a few things that are interesting at the very least. It doesn't execute on all those concepts. We're going to try to give this credit where credit is due. And one credit I will give is that it does a lot of stuff with blending live action cutscenes and gameplay. And it's not the most smooth effect, but it's smoother than it could be. It could have been worse.
I'm almost here for like FMV, live action FMV.
Oh, absolutely.
Video games in the modern age, especially.
One of the simple pleasures. We're not going to learn the character names in this first playthrough. Is a thought I just had. So we might cheat a little bit. If you can look up the character names for me, so we can call these people by.
I was thinking of like just making up my names for them if I don't know them.
Okay, sold. Yeah.
All right, now I'm not convinced though that this is the Quiet Man. The Quiet Man sounds like a supervillain.
Again, like the Bye Bye Man does. Roxy says the main character is called Todd Howard. Thank you. Yes, that we got it in one. This game makes a Sega CD proud. Says.
How do I get? Be careful.
I forgot about that line of dialogue. Sorry. At least there's subtitles for now.
He is definitely not the Quiet Man. We've ruled him out. Alright, so this is Todd then, right?
We'll go with that unless something else comes to mind.
I was trying to think of what that haircut was telling me.
Well, I can't use this napkin. This is filthy. This is unsanitary to use this.
Un botín. Este puto. Este puto. No, this vato cut steps to my lady, my vieja, and says, me lo pelas.
Definitely not the Quiet Man.
Alright, we're ruling out the main suspect. Of course, it could be a swerve.
Pero bien, dígame cómo. Le dije, vete a casa con mamá.
Very weird opening. Tonally weird opening.
Wrong address, dog. No one ordered no chow.
I brought to throw it away. Don't worry, I'm out of here.
What the hell, man? You stupid or very stupid?
Imagine the casting call for this role.
AirPods. Sorry.
For the role of stereotype gangster. Number one. On the bright side, you get the most dialogue in the script, you know?
He punched all the audio out of the game.
The thing you'll notice is that all the gameplay is in a sort of slow motion. As you know, as Magic Meow says, little known fact that deaf people also experience the world in slow motion. So.
Oh, it's like a Daredevil thing, you know? Like all your other senses get. I'm not going to continue down.
All right, we're in gameplay, believe it or not. This is not live action. Whoa.
You saying a person doesn't got moves like that?
All right, so X is dodge. I need to figure out the controls on controller, because when I last played this game, it was on keyboard.
Oh shit, the police, run. Reds and blues on the screen.
Wait, hold on. Okay, good.
Yeah,
this is how we check the controls. Is this diagram here? So A appears to be dodge. B is punch.
Tiger Electronics game.
X is also a punch in the face.
A lighter punch in the face.
All right, so light heavy?
I guess.
Kick?
Kick.
R1 is sprint, R2 or wait, so what's the difference between these? Is this a walk or is it like do we have 2 extra speed settings?
Like cut, move briskly and just full on sprint.
Strange. And I know there's one more button that's not it. Where is... Okay, L2 is how we do turn Super Saiyan.
Oh.
So that's going to be good to know.
I was going to say that's your Spidey sense, but that's what I was getting from that.
So this is a beat 'em up. A 3D beat 'em up. That's the L2 button, by the way.
Oh, what did that do?
Animation.
Is that a finisher?
Yeah, something like that. Can you do me a favor and read the... some of the chat for me, namely Johnny Baghead and Defiant Optimist.
All right. Johnny Baghead can't wait to see all the cool moves you're gonna unlock through the game. Also saying that if the graphics were better, the transition from live action to this would have been the coolest ever.
I still think it's pretty cool. These graphics aren't terrible. They're a bit smoothed over, but this doesn't look bad to me necessarily. It has a lot of effects going on. It's going for a tone. By the way, I cannot tell the difference between R1 movement and no R1 movement. I don't think there is any. I think that's a fake input that they're listing on that screen there.
Let's see. Defiant Optimist says, I think it was the week that this came out that Giant Bomb was doing a charity marathon.
That parses?
The crew from New York played it through, and it was so bizarre that they contacted the San Francisco crew, told them they had to play it when it came around to their part of the stream, so I ended up watching it be played through twice on the same night.
Yeah, no, it was a special moment when this game came out. And even before it came out, it was already kind of garnering reputation among... Oh, there's the options menu. Finally, some text in this goddamn game. Oh, wait, no, hold on.
Oh.
Before this game came out, Patrick Klepek, formerly of Giant Bomb, played it, I believe, PAX in 2018 on the show floor, and played about an hour and a half of it, because when they demoed this game, they did not have a demo build. They just had the full game and relied on the people managing the booth, great clipping there, to stop players from getting too far in it, but they didn't do that. And so Patrick Klepek has an article for Vice where they run down their experiencing this game before the rest of the world did. And
the experience in that article is mostly like this creeping dread of him realizing that, oh, no one's going to tell me to stop. Like, I can just keep doing this.
I should also mention, just as a gameplay tip, there are environmental things you can do here. Like, I could have potentially smashed a guy's head into this if I was close enough, or presumably into this. Smash their head into a skull, or what have you.
Like a Yakuza heat move or something.
Sure. For whatever reason, I was thinking of the Punisher game in my head, which isn't necessarily accurate. It's not exactly how it works in that game, but...
It's also not exactly how the Yakuza heat moves work, but...
Are those supposed to be the same, like, gang sign? Because they're two different signs. They're two very different graphics. SOL, shit out of luck.
Yeah. So this is young Todd.
This guy seems cool. Oh, Super Void, I love that game.
So I barely remember the story in this, so I'm going to try and figure out what's going on. Like, you understand what's going on. You know this plot.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've played through this the requisite 2 times before.
Yeah. So, what happened?
I did my thing again. Okay, let's try and get an environmental kill. Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
A lot of
this
overlay
is like
effects in this game. Yeah, it is a revenge story. Can I bust someone's head in this TV?
Well, also, like, you know, you getting into a fight and having on-screen flashbacks of, like, dramatic events.
Wait, no, turn around. I want to do this guy because he's against the table. There we
There
go.
you go.
Sorry. It can be a little tricky to get the game to do what you want it to do at times, which is certainly an issue. Okay, how about this? Can I do anything with the arcade machine? This guy's kind of
arcade machine.
This guy's kind of cowering. He doesn't seem like he wants to fight. I take it back. I want to steer him towards... Okay, I guess there's nothing there. I guess the arcade game is just there for flavor and not for interactivity. No pickups in this game. No, not much of anything in this game.
No, like, chickens that you can pick up and eat on the spot.
You have recharging health, so no. Very cool.
I don't know how to describe the, like, kinesthesis of how these fights look. Beyond wacky?
Really
like,
smooth animation transitions here, by the way. It's...
Something is not correct.
You know what? I think this isn't a heavy punch. I think this is like a stun.
Yeah, that was also my guess, because I was thinking, after I said like it was a heavy punch, I was thinking, what if this is like that Batman kind of thing, where you hit B to sort of like stun him?
I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you! Stop hitting yourself.
You very much are touching him. You're like tickling his chest. He's like, stop it, stop it!
Tickle,
but Todd
tickle.
can't hear it. Todd can't hear him saying stop. Oh, that doesn't tickle. That doesn't tickle.
I switched to square. Let's see how long this goes for. Oh.
That long?
He got sick of it. Somehow I didn't knock him out in the process of that. He just got tired of it. He's like, alright, enough of this shit.
You Mortal Kombat versus DC'd him for like a bit there. I do want to say, like, the end of Patrick Klepek's article in Vice.
Please do link it in chat, too, for folk who want to.
Which I will. But he does end it by saying, like, he says this game shouldn't exist. Just look at the article I missed. Oh wait, I can fix that. Nope, I can't. He says, what's he say? Quiet Man shouldn't exist. We live in an age when so many games, especially ones funded by big publishers, are slam dunks. They know what they're building. We know what we're buying. Rinse, repeat. The Quiet Man is inexplicably weird for all sorts of reasons. The kind of thing where it should have been clear long ago it wasn't going to work. An idea that didn't translate from paper, yet continued apace, and soon it's going to be released. And it's the kind of thing that needs to be experienced, celebrated even, and I'm here for it.
So I was telling this guy, right? Suck me! Or whatever that line the guy in the first cutscene said. So, here's the thing. Our main protagonist clearly can lip read, clearly understands what these people are saying to him, and responds in turn. In fact, he holds conversations with people. Why are there no subtitles? Why is there no, like, text on screen? Why is there no visual indication of what these people are saying? Even if it's just, like, a vibe of what they're saying. This isn't how a deaf person experiences the world. At least like, one who is capable of lip reading or, like, reading sign language. And there will be sign language later, too. Which he understands. Like, so...
You know... You can obviously tell what they were going for with this. The idea of, like, oh, you experience this game, like, as a deaf person. Like, as him, as your protagonist. Like, because he can't hear anyone, so you can't hear anyone. But that doesn't account for, you know, the world that lives inside each of us, which is to say, the ability to think and reason and understand things. So it presents him as someone who just sort of like, if we are to take our experience as his experience, then he doesn't know what the fuck is going on at any given time in his life.
It's like they wanted to make a game that was empathetic, or, you know, that puts you in the shoes of a deaf person, but they forgot to... They don't understand that they can understand things in the world.
Yes.
And they expect us to understand things in the way that they do if we want to be on the... They expect us to do all the lip reading and to know ASL, I guess, in order to follow along with this. Which makes this an accessibility nightmare, ironically enough.
So you know what I think, potentially, in my head rather, would be a good idea for this? If you wanted to do a thing where you can't hear what people are saying, is like, you have subtitles, and it is just like the inner monologue of Todd. Like, it is just like him observing, and if he's reading lips, then it has that as subtitle. If there's sign language, obviously fucking subtitle that. But like, you know, this entire thing could be like, just an inner monologue of the character. So, you know, you as the player know what the character knows, which is anything, literally anything. Did we just deliver him coke?
We stole it off of the gang. And, you know, whether he's going to flip it and sell it himself, or whether he's talking about this taking it off the streets, we don't know. If, like... I mean, we can assume that we are part of a criminal enterprise of sorts.
Sure. I'm also assuming that cutscene that I was talking over back there. Sorry you missed the audio for that. That we were looking at that poster of a singer, and I assume that he flashed back to like his mother or something, and like they look similar.
Very good.
Having a moment.
You're picking it up. You're getting the gist of it.
Tony Baggett says the premise of this game is, imagine if hard of hearing people had bad accessibility issues in media.
What a dystopian. That would just be horrible. Wouldn't that be wild if we hadn't solved that problem in the year of our Lord 2024? It's a good thing we sewed that one up.
Video Game King says, in reference to like my assumption of like the idea being that they wanted you to experience, you know, being deaf, and that was the whole idea. Hold up, cutscene.
This is the entire backstory, by the way, is about to be delivered to us in this cutscene. You know, what also isn't clear is our protagonist deaf from birth? It's one of those details that there's no way of conveying without even the slightest semblance of dialogue or subtitles or anything to communicate what is happening.
So as a kid, he sees two guys fighting over a pair of shoes.
And that's what started him on his life of crime. Nothing else happened on that day. He just wanted cool shoes for himself.
He saw that, and he ran up and he was like, "Hi, guys!" And there's like a lifelong friendship started right there. Where did I leave off? Yeah, what Video Game King was saying. It's like, okay, so they said, I wouldn't even go with the simulationist reading. Like so many other blockbuster games, I think they got too caught up in style and cinematic effects. I think we're both right. I think that they wanted to go for the simulationist thing and took it too far. A, took it too far, and B, maybe didn't know what they were getting into when they started that idea.
It's an envelope. It's an invitation to the ball. Oh, BattleTank09 says, Bad Game Hall of Fame is hard to inform you, but your 15-minute demo is up. Please read the Vice article that got listed to understand that reference. Oh, finally some text in this game, and they zoomed past it so fast that we couldn't see like any of it.
Close. Okay, I saw something close. That seal looked like Horus? Kinda.
See, the man in the chair is illiterate, so he can't read it, and our protagonist can't communicate what's on it. So it's really comedy of errors here. It's like that Richard Pryor in a Gene Wilder movie.
It's a real. I mean, it's a real. What's the word? What's what I'm looking for? Beneficial relationship between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Got
Understood.
it.
Thank you.
You know what's
Thanks,
really
Dane.
great is when a character is talking and you don't even have the opportunity to lip read because the camera cuts away to our fucking protagonist's dumb face, so we can't see like the lip reading that he would be doing in that instance. It's really cool.
You can lip read him saying like, "What I'm about to tell you is very important," and it cuts away to Todd's face. Whatever. I got that. I got that one. I think I'm really bad at lip reading.
Yeah, and I can't. It's not a skill I have either.
Okay, so he's going. He's got a flight. Gotcha.
And he's taking off from JFK, so this takes place in New York. I probably could have intuited that from the halal cart in the middle of the street rather than the beginning cutscene, but... Anyway, guys, why don't you go beat some guys up? Does that sound cool to you? Alright, cool.
Listen, I need you to go fight people for like 2.5 hours, alright? You. Me.
Oh, that's cute.
You know what else I...
Anytime you have a cute little, like, you know, like friend secret handshake in a game, I'm always going to pop for it. Ghost Squad has one of the best. I'll have to teach you the Ghost Squad handshake sometime. How do I even exist as you, Tarzan, me, Jane?
I don't want it... Now, I've always kind of... Not always, necessarily, but the thought has crossed my mind of learning sign language in the past. As someone who worked in retail, like, that would be a very, you know, good skill to have. Which is... I don't have like a punchline to this. It's just like knowing sign language
it's
like
valuable.
A very useful skill.
If I
very
were
valuable skill. Oh.
Wow, horrible craftsmanship on that. Yeah, I've tried to learn a variety of languages and ways of expression. Part of my job is, in fact, teaching people who are nonverbal how to communicate. So primarily we've used ACDs for that. Augmentative communicative devices. So I'm not unfamiliar with the process of like trying to onboard people onto language, but I cannot learn anything beyond English. I have tried. My brain plasticity is too far gone. It would be great to know. I highly encourage people to learn extra languages, especially like ASL, but ain't in the cards for me.
Soberdorf asks, I forget exactly what, but didn't Kenji Eno make a game for someone who was blind?
Yes.
And Video Game King did respond with that, which is Real Sound Causing No Regret.
Yeah,
I had not heard of that game.
Is that Saturn or Dreamcast? It's one of the two.
I can look that up.
But yeah, no, that's an example of a genuine creator. Like Kenji Eno was brilliant.
That was Saturn.
Okay, yeah, it had just brilliant ideas. Gone way too soon. Yeah, so that was a guy who was pushing forward the medium in a way that who directed this game. We should know them by we should have their name in the back of our mind.
Yes.
We should reference them by name. The person who came up with the concept for this game and everything stemming from that.
I have producer. I don't see. Let me go into IMDb and I can probably find the director.
Oh, that reflection's a little rough. All right, can we knock people into the tracks? We're in a train station.
All right, director was Shu Hamada.
Oh, look what happens when we run into a wall.
Ooh.
Good. Strike a pose.
The game knows that the animation needs to stop. The animation running needs to stop once you hit a wall, but it just took it very literally. Anyway, yes, director Shu Hamada, only credited for this game.
As producer or just in general industry credits?
Let's see. On IMDb, just this. Only credit. I could look that up elsewhere, though, to see.
So I tried the vending machine as an environmental, and then I tried to steer him to the tracks, and then I tried this.
What? I'm sorry, I just looked back. What how? If I don't move,
They won't
know
see
I'm
me.
here. Senses are based on movement. How does the fighting in this feel? How does the actual, like, gameplay feel?
I'm not great at beat-em-ups in the first place. I don't have a sense for what it really constitutes a good one versus a middling one. Oh,
Okay, flashback.
and a trigger warning for child abuse. I completely forgot about them like actually showing this stuff in game. I apologize for that. You know, it's pretty simple, the inputs at the very least. Christ. You know, having basically like two buttons, I guess three, for the basic attacks or whatever, for cycling through those. There ain't much depth. I imagine the combos aren't pretty deep, and you know, then there's the added touch of not really unlocking anything, not really like gaining any new abilities until like the very end. And I don't even know if you get new moves at that point. But we'll get there when we get there. So this game is trying to tell a serious story. How successful it is at that, how tasteful it is at that, debatable.
I couldn't find any other credits for Shu Hamada. Though, I am interested now in Kaze no Regret.
Yeah, no,
Glad that came
absolutely. Yeah, check out the works of Kenji Ino. Again, just a guy who is wholly committed to moving the medium forward. Yeah, I know I mentioned there were like interactables in the environment, but I'm realizing there's really not many at all, if any. Unless I'm just like barking up the wrong trees here. Maybe this pizza box. Maybe that slice of, oh, that's a dire looking pizza for New York.
So we've already mentioned the DLC for this game, right? It came out like a week after.
Is it even DLC? It's just a patch for the game.
You're right.
It was a planned update. Okay, so I need to dodge this, clearly. Because nothing else is working.
I was about to say I'll dance around what was said, but it was literally on the stream because that's how our chat works. Johnny Baggett said earlier, fun fact, because of the reception, Square Enix Japan pivoted the marketing for the, you know, that patch that could come out afterwards, highlighting as a train wreck that you must see.
That's a Tommy Wiseau approach. Oh, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it was because it was transitioning to a cutscene. I couldn't tell because you get stuck so frequently in this
Look
game
at the flag, look at the flag, look how many states are in the United States on those stars.
Holy shit! God bless these 100 states. Bag is clarifying. Shumata, I think, was the live-action director, but I think he came up with the initial pitch as well. So thank you for the confirmation on that.
Okay.
Man, Columbo's looking rough.
That's our... Wait. Alright, I'm losing the plot a little bit. That's a detective. I bet he's spying on Todd.
It was a street like any other in any town, USA, in the 57th states, New York.
Things haven't been the same since the United States annexed all of the Western Hemisphere.
Cool sequin jacket.
Sid in chat saying the super states of Gig America. And Soul Stuff's asking, how many Dakotas are there?
North, south, east, west, northeast, southeast. Every cardinal direction.
Extra Dakota. Dark Dakota.
Now, are we to intuit that the quiet man, that Todd, is able to lip read from down there through the window? And I wonder if we'll hear the other side of this phone conversation in the Truth Revealed playthrough.
Okay, well, she's fine with him being there. I don't think he's lip reading. Okay, in a realistic world, I don't think he's lip reading. I think he's just like staring at her. He's like, he wants to say hi and go up there, but he's being anxious. In the context of this game, maybe he's lip reading.
Oh, not this way. Or maybe this way? No, not this way. We can get a nice close-up, though. How's it going?
Why is there constantly a blue light, like, shining in from the upper right?
Yeah, it really is ever-present. I think it's meant to denote when the scene is safe when you're not in combat.
But I feel like you've been in combat, and it is... Because I made that joke earlier about the police showing up, because it was going between blue and red. And I don't think you were taking damage at the time, but...
Gross.
That's how they hibernate.
They have to tie themselves up, otherwise they'll sleep fly.
Yeah. I was trying to look up earlier, because I think that symbol on the wax thing looked like Horus.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bird of some sort.
Yeah.
Birds will play into the, and I think Horus specifically, I think you are right about that.
Horus is the sky god.
Someone actually, like,
kingship, healing,
explained
protection.
the plot, like, the deeper, like, subject of the plot to this game to me some time back, and how it does revolve around Horus. I can't remember who that was or where it was, but it was basically someone who said, like, yeah, no one really knows, like, the full plot of this game. So I even explained the full version, like, in the full dialogue version, but here's what they're trying to evoke, and here's what they're trying to, like, reference and stuff. I would love to remember who that was and where that was.
Okay. So
At the very least, it was an interesting theory.
Club owner friend wants to woo singer, but Todd wants to woo the singer.
I think Todd appreciates the singer from afar because she looks like his mother. So, you know, a little bit of an Oedipus complex thing going on. Maybe.
Sure, yeah.
Or maybe it's parental. Maybe, like, he sees her as a mother figure. Who's to say, you know, because we can't understand what anyone is fucking saying.
If anyone does say it, you know, it's not like we'll hear it anyway. Or see subtitles for it.
Alright, now closer inspection on these faces. These are not the best. Especially that guy on the left. The guy who is just grimacing. Yeah, on closer inspection, these faces don't hold up to scrutiny. The graphics here are not quite as impressive as they need to be to seamlessly transition between live action and cutscene.
That's your gift. Favorite. What's wrong?
Not now, Dane. It's...
I already ate, sorry.
He's like a cat bringing a prize.
Sid says, the upside of doing this CGI live action mix is you can fill in any footage you forgot to film with CGI.
Yeah, who needs reshoots when you can just painfully animate these?
That'd be good if there was like a reaction shot that switched back to CGI and then switched back to like live action. And like no reason.
Sober Dwarf says, I mean, this is pretty good for a PS3 game. Oh, Sweet Summer Child. 2018. Grand Tech saying, who knew that deaf people have an ambient soundtrack going on there all day and night in their minds? Divine Optimist saying that this game needs Wanted Dead's kitty ears.
Yeah, unlock bonus. Oh yeah, easy mode. That's what that was.
For what it's worth, we are playing this on easy mode. I think it's hard to tell because, iconography instead of fucking clear text in the menus. Okay, here's another thing. Here's another food for thought. Deaf people can read. There's nothing
We
to
didn't
stop
mention
them.
that earlier.
Yeah.
We didn't mention...
I meant to say, like, they can read, like, text. They can read,
Yeah.
like, words written.
Yeah, so I was like... I said, like, at the top, like, I don't think that's how deafness works. Is that just words don't exist. Why are they in the car now?
So, I think we are to intuit that our protagonist is a bodyguard.
Yep.
Is acting as a
Just
bodyguard to
thinking
this lady right now. Because of the threats being made against her. We have to assume that the letter and the bird and so on and so forth are.
Definitely said something just then.
Yeah, no, he can speak.
Which, again, means he's not the quiet man.
No. Grand Tag saying, now I'm just imagining Cass and Sharky are talking as the characters. I don't have the energy to keep that bit up. I don't have the energy to try and, like... while they're pantomiming to try and fill in dialogue.
I'll be Todd, alright? And I'll just go like, uh-huh. Yeah.
Great.
Got totally.
Don't you just love cars? Hate cars.
Yeah, cars.
That, folks, my mastery of improv continues. My ability to be Johnny on the spot is...
We're not Snapcube here.
Great long shots. By the way, as 90% of this game has been cutscenes so far. In a 3-hour game, you can. So if we do some quick maths, there's maybe 20 minutes of gameplay in this.
This is an FMV game, more or less.
Sid saying, "I hate cars. They're coarse and rough, and they drive everywhere."
Chat's saying that the audio is pretty low.
Shut the fuck up. Johnny Packett saying, can't make out with the characters, saying, shut the hell up.
Does this beat the Guinness record that NGS4 had for, like, longest
ratio
cutscene?
of gameplay to cutscene? Club Moonrise. So this is the prequel to the Moonrise Kingdom.
Are we going to get a musical number in this game without audio?
Yes. Just imagine her like putting on the worst performance of all time. Oh, hello. Now I will say,
yeah, sure,
that deaf people can appreciate music. I've heard tell of people standing like directly next to speakers, like feeling like the thumping in the room, being able to enjoy it in that way, to enjoy live music or whatever else have you.
Also, deafness does not necessarily mean 100%.
Yes.
Zero audio deaf. It is a range of. Thank you for the subscription.
Thank you for the resub, Frappe. Ironic, the loudest streamer playing the Quiet Man. I will take the title of loudest streamer, thank you very much. If it's something to hang my hat on, if that'll get us out there, if that's a gimmick, that's...
Alright, here's our musical number. I don't care how out of date that is, I am never getting rid of that soundboard.
No, it's still funny to me. It still cracks me up. Yeah, again, this is not how... like, this, clearly our protagonist can hear thuds, can hear like reverberations. That's coming through. And for what it's worth, like, the sound design here is at least like inspired, is novel, but then you see like a scene like this where it just doesn't work because there is a way to convey music here, or it'd even be like touching. It would even like be kind of touching, honestly, if this was like the one thing he'd hear, because it reminds him of his mother's playing, right? You know, maybe before he went deaf, presuming that he wasn't born deaf. We don't fucking know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But like it reminds him of that song, and he hears the song in his head. Would that not be like a touching moment? But no, it's just this. This is droning. Johnny Baggett's. I think the composer of Resident Evil DualShock version did this OST. Again, shut the fuck up. Oh, no one's gonna notice this fucking guy. The most conspicuous individual in the... Okay, no, people are picking up on it. It's New York, though, so they're not gonna think much about it.
Night the Vampire Rave.
Did we really need to cut away to the stamp to put two and two together that the... This guy's back.
I think he said, "How?" Very loudly, though. Does this game have QTEs?
No.
Okay, because that would have been a good moment for a live-action QTE.
No, it does have QTs. It has quiet time events.
Oh. But that would be the entirety of the game, wouldn't
Yeah, it's one long QTE in that sense. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we were doing this fight? With all, like, the lighting changes and, you know, like, the fighting in a club. Aren't, like, fight scenes in clubs kind of like a classic, like, gaming staple? No, this is the one fight we don't get to participate in at all.
The stuttery animation and the going to slow-mo when you run up against any sort of object. Alright, that's the Quiet Man. That is the Quiet Man. I'm calling it. Because I didn't hear him say anything, so...
Are we gonna finally transition back into gameplay at this point? Do we get at least a little bit of club fighting? Let's keep our eye on the prize. We cannot get up on the stage and smash someone's head into the piano, which is unfortunate. Nope. Is there anything else in the environment here? Maybe this table.
Video Game King says, "Hold on, we heard dialogue when a protagonist met the gangster guy at the beginning of the game, but no point after. Is that the point at which he became deaf?"
Who's to say?
I don't think so, but you know what? Without any other, like, context, who is to say, really?
Okay, here we go. Great, that was a great environmental.
Good contextual action.
Hey, it's our favorite guy.
You should have the option after this fight is over to do that thing like in Max Payne or Lies of P where you can go up to the piano and just start playing it. But it's like just 2 minutes of silently watching him like hit the keys on the piano.
I was good. He just plays the Max Payne theme apropos of nothing. So it seems like the stun is just like, you know, you can like grab people out of guard, which is probably good for dealing with people who are blocking constantly.
That doesn't...
Oh, it's just, okay, I can attack people behind me, like Double Dragon 2 or whatever, so I can just do this a whole bunch.
This is what I was doing to your friends earlier. Watcha! Woo!
And I did a kick like this. Oh, it was so cool. You should have seen it. Too bad you spawned in late. This guy's really letting me do this. The timer is not ticking down at all as I do this.
Okay, man, yeah, whatever, that's cool. It was real cool how you did that. Let me go, please.
No, wait, no, let me show you some more. Okay. Alright, anyone else?
Johnny Baghead asks, can enemies even break grabs? One of them broke it earlier, but that's only when
they break
we were, like,
it while you're punching them, while you're doing the active,
Yeah.
like the punching the head and the torso thing.
final boss of lip reading. That is 100% the Quiet Man. He's got the whole thing with the lips stitched up.
Yep. And the bird had its eyes and beak sewn shut, so like hear no evil, see no evil, maybe.
Oh, sure. Wait, the bird had its ears stitched up?
Or no, it's eyes. Why did I say see no evil then? Yeah, don't mind me. Wow, this guy's a punk.
Quiet Man's a chump. And credits. Sorry, join us next time, folks.
Oh, he didn't let me grab him.
No! I saw what you did to that guy in there. That looked really annoying. You don't grab me.
Oh, I gotta keep dodging, I guess. Oops. Dodge better, I guess.
Real missed opportunity not to have, like, a cartoon skeleton appear.
The chase is
frame,
on.
You know when you're doing that?
Oh, I think I'm taking damage.
Yeah, I'm getting some cues from, like, the visual design that you may be hurt.
I believe we're supposed to lose that fight, unless I'm just really bad.
Wake up, it was all a dream. Hi.
Okay, no, I just fucked up.
Try that shit again. Yeah, your mom wakes you up and is like, "Sweetie, you need to get back out there and beat his ass."
Okay, what can I do to actually damage this guy?
I feel like they could have done something a little cooler of his design. Maybe.
Okay, so it's using my L2, I think. That surpasses any sort of guard or what have you. So I just gotta bank on that. I gotta get him maybe into like a state like that, then yeah.
Elvis Culture Advisor says the Bouncer 2. I mean, Square Enix.
Yeah. Alright, wait for him to get back up.
Would you rather play this or the Bouncer with the sound and subtitles turned off?
I mean, this is at least amusing. I watched my girlfriend play through the Bouncer a couple years ago. A few years back, and I'm just like... It's at least interesting. It's a novel concept. I don't know how well it was executed. Oh, that walk was a little weird, but... Do I have to charge
that
my
one
meter?
was a little weird.
How do I get my L2 back? Please don't tell me that I have to do this entire sequence from the top again.
Oh, okay, I won't tell you that.
Honey, you have to do that entire sequence from the top again. Mom, shut up!
Who's got a skill issue? Does baby boy got a skill issue? Does my little Todd have a skill issue?
You know what's really cool is that there's no meters or heads-up displays, so I don't know like if I'm filling out meter, what actions would potentially fill out meter, if anything.
Now look, there's this very specific pattern and placement of blue and red on the screen. And you would know that when the red line is pointing outwards
45 degrees towards
46 degrees.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Then that's what your issue is. See, because you were suggesting earlier that blue might mean when you're safe. You were not safe.
Oh
right
no,
there.
no, then I have no clue.
But you're also not taking damage when it was red back there. So,
Don't
do you
get
think
back
there
up.
was a design document for this game?
I mean, there has to be. We can joke about this, but there's always a design document for a game, you know? Even the worst games have design documents.
To that end, that means that somewhere, somebody wrote down what blue and red means. And that is like locked in a vault somewhere in the ruins of the Human Head offices. I assume that once they shut down, they just demolished the building.
Ew, gross.
Man, that's not the right end to grab, dude. Todd. All this is, I think, is just shitty lighting. It's too deliberate to just be right, because it changes from blue to red at what seems like very specific intervals.
Okay, so it looks like he was deaf from birth. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the context clue, is that he doesn't hear or react to the gunshots.
Or he seemed to react, like, shocked to the gunshot. Like, it's that dramatic, like, oh, what did you hit? And turns back and sees his mother.
Nice continue. Did your mom give it to you? Says Beams Flashback. Says, how come your mom lets you? You have unlimited continues. He says back. Sick.
Whee!
I think one of the iconic scenes of this game is coming up.
Yes.
Please let me knock someone into the icebox. Please let me stuff someone's head in the icebox. Give me this game. Big Ostrich Cult. Ideal Bar. Jamerson Carship. It was supposed to be like Blue Oyster Cult and Jefferson Starship? Like, okay, sure. Weird cuts, but okay. Let's see if I can get him inside this fucking car. Yeah, baby! So how are you liking it so far?
Loving the soundtrack.
You're gonna love this. Still funny. Every time it's still funny. There's that guy not responding at all to a dude putting his hand directly on his head after busting in.
Damn it. I was racing behind the scenes to get something done, and I could not get it done in time.
I'm so sorry. This game moves fast sometimes. Other times it moves agonizingly slow. You know, who's to say? Ow. I think I got more or less got the hang of this combat.
Did you just intimidate him?
Wasn't he in the van? Oh, figment of my imagination, I guess. Grant Tech saying, sick-ass flames on their cars. Guy Fieri, their leader. Maybe all the enemies were in my head. Maybe the baseball bat's in my head.
Yeah, that's what she gets. That's what she gets. Oh, she's fine. I'm fine.
I wasn't expecting more than one guy. It's like we had an entire gang that went into that club or anything. You did a pretty good job out there. I'm actually kind of impressed.
What?
I take back all the mean things I presumably said about you in the previous cutscene.
The mean and or good and or neutral things that I told you.
Which I am talking about either positively or negatively or neutrally right now. Freppe Fiasco saying, fix your tie, my dude. He was trying to fix his tie there. His hand went to his tie. He's teaching, now Todd teaching him how to tie a tie right now. So you do it like this. It goes over and under. If you're going for a Windsor knot, it's... Now, I will admit, I'm a little concussed right now for the baseball bat to the head, so...
What if that guy wasn't saying anything? Like, what if he was just like mouthing, and he like no sound coming from his mouth, and if you heard the dialogue, like Todd was just like, "What are you doing? Are you making fun of me?"
Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, sorry. Someone broke the window out on the car. You're telling me he broke the window out on that car? Oh, don't give me any more bad news
Todd.
tonight. I don't want to hear any more bad news. Especially now about the girl I'm interested in. The city never
Ronnie says,
sleeps.
it's so weird to me how they do use sign, but only like 1% of the time.
Very cool. Was parkour still big in 2018? Wasn't its heyday kind of like 2012, 2013? Like,
It never stopped being big.
It never did? I feel like it fell off at some point.
Everyone's still in the parkour.
I remember Mirror's Edge really made it uncool. Oh, that guy just snapped to attention. His buddy is still a little distracted by the car. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a lot of guys.
Punching that dude reminded me of that wax seal I saw.
Remind me of the newspaper cutout letter, which reminds me I need to pick up a newspaper.
Remember when that guy said, just like screamed really loud?
No, I don't, because I couldn't hear it.
Oh, that's true.
Remember this cool guy? Maybe after this we'll become best of friends after the events of this game.
I think...
I was expecting to like put their head underneath this and like kick the car out from underneath it, do something, anything.
Still up.
I know. I'm gonna try to position him in the car.
Give him a grab.
Again.
I was about to say, just give him a grab and like show him what you did to all his friends.
Remember when I did this and this and this and this and this, and then a little bit of this and oh wait, hold on, I got the move wrong. Wait, get back up. I need to show you something else.
You're not allowed to interact with him while he's like that? Okay.
Alright, cool. Tiger Chimera saying, I understand what this game is going for, but honestly, I'd almost rather be completely silent. That would have been a bolder choice. Red Attack saying, it's quiet. Too quiet. Why didn't I think of that? Shit. Like, that's the obvious slam dunk joke. And
Ooh, face doesn't look good right there.
Can I toss someone into the dumpster? I should just give up. I think there was maybe environmental things in that first level.
Yes.
And that's probably it.
I think so. Also, there's no way you're throwing anyone into that dumpster because it's not open. Something about the face punch animation is very funny to me. The way you can just repeat it that fast, it looks like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
I'm trying to just drag myself over to the other people with this.
Good. I was going to suggest that.
I think I took them all out.
It really does look like if you were watching like a Tex Avery cartoon where there's like a boxing scene or something.
And then one of these, and then one of these, and you hit him with this, and you hit him with the left, and you hit him with the right, and you hit him with the left.
My Stradivarius.
Do you think this guy? Do you think we've depleted his health at this point?
It's just, I mean,
stop!
have
He's
you?
already dead.
Are you allowed to do this forever?
Presumably.
Johnny Baghead agrees with me when I said parkour is still the biggest thing ever, and don't let reality tell you otherwise.
Okay, we get the picture. Of that. Oh, there was another guy just waiting that entire time. It was like, hold on, let's see how this plays out. I want to see where he goes with this.
I was impressed. I didn't want to interrupt you. It was like watching an artist at work. Crappy Fiasco says, this game doesn't seem very good.
Paul S says, better or worse than Streetwise, Final Fight Streetwise, and Pro Striker 92 says, I've been thinking about Streetwise during the whole stream. Maybe it's better or not. Hey, Final Fight Streetwise, definitely a game I want to play on stream at some point.
On the list. Tiger Camaro says, he'll surely be too tired to fight properly if he's punching that guy for 10 minutes straight. Like, let him wear himself out.
So what's the point of what we're doing right now? Where are we going? Who are we going to? I get that we're smashing the gang, that we believe the gang is responsible, but like, what's the clue? What's the hint? Why do we know like where to go and who to target specifically? What kind of lead do we have?
You know who the leader of the Soul Gang is, because he's the guy who shot your mother. You saw his picture in the thing.
You think we would have gotten our revenge sooner then? If we've been a criminal for this long, if we've been like, you know, this badass who does all this parkour and cool fighting moves, why haven't we beat him up just like, you know, for the fun of it, just for like the personal revenge aspect of it? Why do we need to wait for a reason?
Listen, it was one thing to shoot my mom, but it's another thing to kidnap the woman who is somehow like a direct copy of my mom. My homunculus, if you will.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Oh, heartburn.
Pledge
no, I shouldn't have eaten that burrito.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the 96 states of America.
Yeah, sorry, kid. This shit just happens. Yeah, moms die every day. You ain't special.
So that detective is the same cop. Right.
You know, if I were there, I'd have shot her too, honestly. It's...
Jesus.
Are you getting this, kid? Wow, it's like you can't even hear me or something. It's like you're not listening to me. Very rude. That depth of field effect was dog shit, by the way. That the foreground, whatever they were trying to go for there, did not work in this pre-rendered cutscene where they had, like, you know, they could make it look however they wanted, and that's what they chose.
He's the laminated man.
Jumo! Oh, are there enemies around here, or no? No, it's just...
What's that graffiti on the wall? What's that graffiti? Wall on the other, in the other one you started.
Oh.
Okay.
Take an
now jump into it like a Mario painting.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. No jump in this game.
Okay.
Place is a mess. I don't know if that's... I love what they've done with the place, though, with the lighting, the candles.
And I love a good shrine. Hell yeah.
On the TV, too. On the shitty old CRT TV. Yeah, it works like bunny ears. There's an antenna inside the candle, you see.
Candle ray tube television.
This is actually Todd's shrine to this lady.
Yeah. Is this has to be Mom. Yes, this has to be... Okay.
Todd's just been thinking about the pair of shoes this whole time, and, like, the great loss of the day is that he couldn't get those shoes.
Okay, so the quiet man is the Phantom of the Opera.
Hey, part 2 of this fight.
Listen, I think now I have built up an immunity to electricity, so I'm going to grab that thing again. So we'll go differently.
I think when I dodge it, that might help refill the meter some, so I should just be dodging. Maybe when the screen flashes, that's like to indicate whether I have the status or whether it comes or goes. So if I just stand here. Yeah, okay.
All right.
Got it.
Hey, they designed something after all.
Is that a microwave there? I mean, I guess Birdman's got to eat. I guess the Quiet Man's got to eat at a certain point. Let's try that again. All right. There we go.
You ever have a candle shrine to a person in your house?
Oh, yeah, I still do.
Just asking. Okay.
It really brings the room together. It really ties it all together. My feng shui advisor strongly recommends. And you can make a head sculpt out of bubblegum, too. That... Right in the dick.
Right in the dick. Right in the dick, yeah.
Why isn't that one of our, like, super moves or whatever? We should be doing that, like, every time to every enemy.
I mean, it seems to have, like, completely atomized him, so... Did you
Guy
see
in the
him
left.
cutscene, or is that just how it happened?
That's just how it happens. That guy in the left standing against the beams. Oh, now we got his attention. All right.
Oh, I just remembered my singer friend got kidnapped, right? Okay, that's why I'm here.
Man on a mission. Yeah, you know, I'm over this combat loop. I mean, I feel it feels nice to do cool things easily for someone like me who is not adept at, like, you know, the typical combos that come with this sort of thing. I can't memorize those button presses or the timings. I'm not a master of parrying. I'm pretty basic when it comes to this genre. So it should theoretically be cool when just simple inputs will give me cool-looking animations. But as it turns out, when there's no progression, when there's no depth, there's nothing to really learn or master, past a certain point it becomes boring. Who'da thunk?
What's your thoughts on Asura's Wrath?
I know my girlfriend really digs that game. But one long QTE to me. Like, I'm sure, like, I'd like to watch that game be played. I don't know if I would have the endurance to play it myself. Also, I have just pressed square, and this was, I think, supposed to be like a boss. And I just happened to catch them on one frame where I had an opening, and I took it.
The thing is, I could theoretically stream Asura's Wrath, at least to the Discord. But I would be missing the end of the game. Because they,
The
you know,
DLC
they put the
thing.
end of the game as DLC. And, like, the PlayStation Plus thing is, like, I'm pretty sure only the base game.
We could always, you know, sail the high seas, and then you can add the DLC in that way. Oh, we're back to this place. This is the same place from before. Which is like, I can do this finally. All right, someone coming over. Oh wait, no, wait. There we go. Wait, no. I know there's like an animation for it and everything. Okay, let me clear out some of these guys first.
Get rid of the other guys.
Wait, whoa! I went zoom in there. I like teleported to the other side of the fucking room.
Whee!
That's not it either.
Well, maybe you have to finish him off. Like, is he still alive?
I'm just smashing the circle button right now. I wonder if it only works in the first time you see it, and that they forgot to enable it for this.
You know what? I bet you're right.
Also, do you think that any of these guys would like have like guns?
You kidding? This is New York.
Yeah, where families there's no gun crime. Pro Striker 92 says this game on Steam has mostly negative ratings. Oh, you don't say. Finally some guns. Let us beat up the cops. Let us beat up the cops.
Well, you know what they say: if you outlaw guns, then only outlaws will have guns.
Oh, Johnny and Baghead pointing out, look, audio is highlighted on the TV. You get it? Do you get it? No, I don't get it. So let me ask, do you think The Quiet Man could beat The Bye Bye Man for the 2017 film of the same name? Asked Tim Rod. Don't say it, don't think it. Don't say it, don't think it. Don't say it, don't think it. An incredible bad movie. One of the great good bad movies.
All I remember that movie is like a clip of a guy just going, "The Bye Bye Man,"
and his eyes rolling back in his head.
Yeah.
Which is not actually in the final cut of the movie, by the way. Let me get my shoes! Let me get my damn shoes! I'm not leaving here with my damn shoes!
God, why are you so emotional? Jeez, kid. Come on, calm down. Calm down.
It's like you're not listening to anything I'm saying.
Now listen, why don't you tell me how you know this lady and where you got all that jam?
Scrolling Twitter. He's right behind me, isn't he? Well, I'm sure whatever they're saying is really enlightening, is really developing the plot. It's a shame we can't. How many times will I say that variation on the same complaint? How many times can I rephrase that critique of this?
It is a very significant complaint.
It's almost the central complaint of the game or something. It's almost the entire game is built around it, thinking it was a good idea. Again, you know, as long as there's nothing we're missing out on here. Novel concept. I think this concept could be done by someone with a bit more tact, a bit more talent, maybe a developer that's, you know, it doesn't have to be a beat 'em up. Obviously, it could be any genre. It could be a first-person shooter where you don't have audio cues. That could be something. But, you know, if the developer making the game is making a game around the theme, it should be a genre they're familiar with. Like, Human Head were, like, you know, kind of masters of, like, shooters. And Rune, I guess, was an RPG, but, you know.
Yeah.
But beat-em-ups, I don't remember beat-em-ups being in their catalog much. So you're already taking them out of their comfort zone as far as genre, but then you're giving them this completely esoteric gimmick to have to work around. Right? And it's like, you're doubling up on them. You're really, like, stacking the odds against them.
I don't know, was Blair Witch Volume 2, The Legend of Coffin Rock, like this?
You know, for all I know.
They did Dungeon Defenders 2 as well, actually, a couple years before this, so they had a game where you swing at things and beat things up, but not quite like this. Also,
oh my god, that's supposed to be the sound of a phone vibrating or
1.
ringing. That sound effect in the... We have a character name now, Tay. Who's Tay? Who's to say? I think Tay is the boss. Is his friend from childhood who is now the leader of this organization.
I'll go with that as being the only person who I reasonably would think would actually have this guy's phone number. And is not currently kidnapped.
You know, I'm gonna say the conversation on the phone may be a little one-sided.
I'm sorry. Wait, was that a call? Was that a call that he was getting?
Yeah, exactly. Got a present for you. You know, now that I look at this is pretty cool. Oh no. I'm not gonna be able to get these stains out! No amount of bleach will fix this!
Turns into an OxyClean commercial.
Silent Billy Mays in the corner, pantomiming.
He almost looks like he's got like a manic smile on his face, the way he's screaming there. Maybe it's the angle.
Oh, those rage benders. I wake up, no idea where I am. Pro Sugar 92 says, now the character becomes a Slipknot member. I push my fingers into my ears.
Is this like a... Fuck it.
Sorry. Johnny Baggett saying, I guess it was FaceTime so he could lip read. Okay. That works. I buy that. You solved the problem I had.
Text, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. What happened to him?
He threw the gun at him. I think.
Oh.
That's what it looked like.
My nose. I hate it when you punch me in my nose.
Hello, who is this? New phone, who's this?
So did... Was he wearing...
Yeah, he put on the mask. No one knew who I was.
So he saw the mask.
He's like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a try. I'll see what this
Yeah.
lifestyle is about.
Now, did that happen after Tay called him or before Tay called him?
I think it was after, because he went to get the mask afterwards. Also, did someone call him? Did he answer the phone? Is this just a video he has on his phone, or?
Or maybe he's like... Or maybe he was the quiet man the whole time.
I think that's what they're insinuating. That he's like, you know, he's in his own head right now. I think he's like thinking about, like, or he's contemplating, did I do all this? Now, if this was a call, if we knew whether this was a call or a local video on his phone, that would help sew it up a bit. Okay, yeah, there we go.
It's a video. All right, nearest target. Let's go. Gonna get some Stanley Cups.
Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing. Yeah, Tay, sorry about that.
On.
I kinda...
Alright, they did say face on.
Dane! That's his name.
Alright, Dane. Right, forget Todd. Todd's old hat. It's Dane now.
Strange how they changed his name midway through the game. A lot of screaming in this chapter in the past 10-15 minutes. Can you believe we're an hour and a half into this? Can you believe we're halfway through it? Or maybe even more? Great! Smooth transition there. Really nailed the shit out of that one.
Really no reason for... I feel like this fight is happening because they realized there just wasn't any gameplay for a while.
Oh, we went zooming again. Oh no, there's an invisible wall there. Kept that dude from falling into the tracks. That's boo.
This is no M. Dickey game.
No. Not many games are.
Quiet man.
But can we count the amount of stars here? We can just count like one row. At least someone can screenshot that.
So I think Video Game King did that for us earlier because they said it was 96 stars.
All right. That's where we got the number from. 96 quite bitter states. Like to stack the bodies high. Also, have we just... Notice how we've been fighting the same, like, 3 goons over and over again, because those are only fucking models in the game, really. Which is, you know, not a great thing when they happen to be minorities, right? It's kind of just, like, insinuating, like, oh, they all look the same. What does it fucking matter? We can just do the same 3 guys over and over again, right?
Well, it's really the same 3 guys in each fight. This is just, like, their worst day ever.
Not again! Oh, we saw
we
the
can't go
last of this
anywhere
guy.
We can't go anywhere without this emo overfuck coming in here and beating the shit out of us.
If I don't turn around, he won't face me. Oh. Okay, bye.
The
Alright, let's go this way.
Alright, you know what? Alright, it's Devil May Cry rules. As long as they're not on camera, they won't attack you. Oh, God.
Little does he know I have an L2 button. Looks like half of those things were hitting the environment and not him.
Good.
And now to hide in here. ProSugar92
Yeah,
saying...
why are you back here? We just... we're
just
trying to
climbed
hide
over
from
the
you.
wall. Do me a favor, stroke my ego and read ProStriker92's comment, please.
Sure. Pro Striker says, I've been watching nearly all the streams since Cast started since Cast started doing them more frequently, and this is easily the one where I've laughed the most.
I'm glad I could help in that sense. We do it for the laughs, folks.
I'm here for the serious commentary.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything, nothing I've said has been a joke.
Yeah, it's all been deathly serious critique. This guy gonna get back up? No? Okay. Johnny Baggett said, Tuesday I couldn't remember the phrase stroke their ego and so use tickle their ego. The tickle me ego doll. Now at Target. I sure have been pressing the square button a lot, by the way. This is...
Yeah. Have you tried square? Have you tried circle?
Oh, yeah, sure. No!
Okay.
Back off, he's mine. I could probably use the kick a bit more.
Yeah, that's true.
For whatever
Seems
it's
to
worth.
work.
So what kind of martial art do you think that Dane practices? Where he stances up like that? I should also mention that the controller is vibrating in time, in tune with this. Which is supposed to detect, like, you know, that's where the exit is. Go this way.
Oh, okay.
I think I need to actually press a button to maybe activate it.
Dane does look like a Tekken character, though.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like, the Tekken 4, Tekken 5 era Tekken character.
Is it Jin in Tekken 4 who has the hoodie look?
Yeah.
Yeah, without the environmental, like, context stuff, this game really is, like, missing a trick with that. That would have gone a long way in satiating a lot of people, or at the very least giving this game, like, more memorable moments. Oh! He punched me right in the dick after tackling me?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what the animation is supposed to look like, I guess. I mean, it's still partially obscured by the Kager car there.
I mean, like, just a solid, like, hook to the dick would also probably work very well in incapacitating a guy. Prepper asks, Cass, do you think this should be more like the PS2 Punisher game where you can buzzsaw people?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I mean, like, people forget everything else about that game. It's a pretty, like, average game, but people remember it fondly because of those scenes. It's like, if you have a game that's, like, average to middling, if you put, like, at least, like, one, like, really novel idea in there, one thing that, like, sticks out in people's minds, people will remember your game.
Works for Mortal Kombat.
And I guess this game does have a couple things that make it memorable, you know, the goofy-ass parkour, the way they handle a lot of this stuff.
Oh, this game is memorable, for sure.
Oh no, see? Weed kills. Definitive proof. Oh, we don't get to see that? Come on. This whole game has been an anti-drug PSA. Starting with that guy wearing the marijuana jacket who turned out to be a villain. You see, there he is. Is that the jacket? No, that's a skull jacket. It's a different one.
Gonna you know what? Let him be. Let him be.
Let's do
Go play some brain. Oh, come on.
Aw. I was really hoping let me get away with that. Let me use the billiards cue. Let me toss the pool balls at people's heads. Do something.
You need an environmental thing where you grab a guy and you throw him on the table and it hits the pool balls and all of them knock into the holes and it goes strike.
The famous billiard score, strike. Oh, this guy has a machete. Should probably take him out, which I guess I was already doing. So self-fulfilling prophecy.
What team is that? With that jersey on the wall.
The SOLs.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
O'Hare versus... I can't position the camera. You don't really have
Rain?
camera control in this game, by the way. The right analog stick
Rainer.
does this. It moves the camera up, down, left, and right, but you can't rotate
cool.
it.
By the way, there's been a lot of arcade machines in this game, haven't there?
Well, there's only so many models they bothered to make for this game, so they're getting the most out of them. Also, let's look at the scene outside. Let's look at stuff we're not supposed to look at. Like how flat the water connecting to... Oh my god, look at the people walking! Look at the people walking in the left-hand side! Look at those little rectangles!
Oh my god! They're like, they're Atari sprites. Like, I mean, 2600.
Pitfall Harry! Oh, that is a rough sky... That's not even a skybox, because it is modeled. That's rough distance stuff.
Oh man, I don't think... You think we're the first people to notice this?
We might be.
Okay, I want to look at those arcade machines, though.
Okay, I can do that for you.
Okay, so Space Prism. I can guess what that is, right? I can have... It's like a Tempest.
Presumably.
Okay.
Right, then we have... Oh, wait, these machines over here give us a better view. All right.
Right.
Brain.
What is brain?
Brute or brain?
Brute or brain?
Maybe it's like a quiz game? Like a monster quiz game?
It looks like there's two characters.
It looks like there's a monster and there's sperm.
Well, there's like a psychic. He's like shooting off psychic waves.
Is that what's happening?
It is
there?
it's a one-button game. It's just a joystick and one button.
Oh, they're a Mac user. They deserve death.
There was like a different machine over there.
Yeah, this one we're not going to get. Super Void, which we saw earlier, but
Super
I can't
Void.
intuit. You can just assume it's a space shooter. I mean,
probably space
Who's
shooter.
the fucking say?
Brute or Brain? I'm interested in what Brute or Brain could possibly be.
Brute or Brain from Broader Bun Software. Ow.
Sid says, in reference to the people out there, Thomas was alone crossover. How do I even exist this? Can we no-clip out there and check it out? I wish.
Boundary Break, get on it.
Yeah.
This is the episode that people have been clamoring for years. Alright, so I dodged all this guy's machete attacks, and like that builds my meter, but like, you should be able to like capitalize on it. I tried to attack him immediately after dodging like 6 attacks. You think you'd have like a few frames where he's like, oh man, I'm winded after that flurry of attacks, and that would make him invulnerable, but that's how like a beat 'em up would do it, like a fighting game would do it, right? But instead it's just like, well, you did that to charge your meter, which lets you just break through all defenses and break through any attack. So like everything about this game is just building to the L2 button that you press. Like that's the move.
Again, much like Dane himself, we, the player, have no idea what Dane just screamed.
Cool mask.
Does everyone in this city have this mask?
Yeah, it's like a Halloween costume. This is the most popular Halloween costume in New York City for the year of 2018, or whenever this game took place.
Okay, so my best guess now is that... Alright, my actual best guess.
Alright, lay it on me.
Somehow, this guy, I'm gonna just call him Soul. I know that's the name of the gang, but he leads the gang. Soul here, Soul bad guy, somehow got his hands on the mask after Dane had been using it, and now he's saying like, "Oh, you're more fucked up than me," or something like that. And he's telling him like, "I know your secret. You're like the actual creepo who's been like stalking this woman." In fact, Soul kidnapped her to get her away from Dane because he thinks Dane is like a psychopath or something.
No, I think he's just trying to intimidate Dane. I think he's being like, yeah, that's right, I got the mask. What if I'm the one who stole your girl?
But the fact that I'm pretty sure that Dane is... No, wait. I'm sorry. The Quiet Man stole the
Yeah,
girl,
I think
not...
this guy is pretending
Never
like
mind.
he's
Okay,
the Quiet
forget-
Man to try and get in Dane's head.
Right. I thought Soul's Gang stole... Okay. Alright, I'm lost again.
I mean, Soul's gang was involved, so he's definitely involved because the club, his gang was there at the club. Or it could have been coincidental. They could have invaded the club at the same time as the Quiet Man did their snatch and grab. Who's to say?
Johnny Baggins says, I like how he has a life-size gold statue of himself.
Yeah, we have to damage the statue to damage him. It's a
Oh, yeah. It's real Hachi energy.
Oh, my L2 doesn't work on this guy. We're gonna have to
I like
try
whatever that
something else.
animation was, though.
I'm gonna let him knock me out, because I kind of know what I need to do here. I don't want to do it in grayscale. Or red scale, for that matter. Also gives us an idea of how much punishment we can take. Also, we get to see another one of these. It's been a minute.
Sweetie, you know that's the motherfucker that shot me, right? Get back in there and, like, fucking kill him.
Alright, here we go. Cool teleports again. Let's try dodging. I used my L2 again, thinking like maybe if I got him like in the middle of that, it would do something.
Maybe you wait until
yeah,
like,
it's this. It's his tackle
himself.
move. Yeah.
Oh, tackle move. Oh, that. I was like, when did you have a tackle move? You meant his tackle move.
Yeah. Oops.
You know what I think really makes a boss fight? Like the soundtrack.
Is the tackle one hit? No. It just does a lot of damage. And now he's just standing and waiting. Alright.
I'm an honorable man, so I'm gonna let you stand back up.
The camera here is really not good for... Okay, the X button does not work to dodge. I need to actually run out of the way of it.
Yeah.
We're figuring things out. We're learning. Don't get back up, Dane.
I got some Def Jam Vendetta vibes from that takedown animation.
Alright, you're really disappointing me right now. Son, it's... Okay.
Wake up, my sweet baby boy. You can't know the embrace of death until you avenge mine.
Okay. No. Looked like he was starting it, then he gave up on it. What's great is that the camera is so cooperative that I can really tell when he's about to start tackling me. When he's off screen. Because the camera keeps moving him off screen. Do the thing!
Johnny Baghead asks, I really don't get why the animation stuff is so bad. Isn't animation transitions a thing you just turn on with a toggle in engines these days? I think it's a little more complicated than that.
It's slightly more complicated.
To be fair. Although I don't know how much of that was in jest.
Okay. Maybe I need to make him run into objects. Maybe he's stupid enough that he'll try to tackle through this. Or maybe I just get behind an object when he does his...
Chad is talking about the reality of how, say, racialized this game is.
Yeah.
In a lot of aspects. Although, ProSucker92 says the whole Spanish language thing is quite stereotyping. To be fair, we don't know what language anyone's speaking right now.
Yeah, that's
they could
true.
all be speaking German. But yes, you're right. We did have that scene in the very beginning. The very beginning was like the first thing we got was that guy, like, speaking like very vulgar stuff in Spanish. But yeah, this game, in addition to not having good sound, doesn't have very good optics either.
Okay, what am I supposed to do here if not capitalize on the L2 thing after he does his tackle? What does the game want me to do? It's not conveying anything to me at this point. All it's conveying is that nothing I'm doing is effective. I got that. Maybe look up. How did he punch me through that? Fuck off.
Video Game King asks how this game smells.
It's rotten.
You're the one playing it.
Fucking finally, I saw a stun state from him. Just apropos of nothing. I guess he tired himself out after all that time. And now I'm just gonna absolutely not waste this opportunity. I'm hopefully. No!
Nope. Johnny Baghead responded saying, they're being a bit hyperbolic, but from what they understand, you don't need to hand animate transitions between animations and mocap data. Most engines have existing code that's them together. I have a feeling like
tweening is what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling that they were probably trying to go for something that gameplay feel over graphical or fluidity of animation. Like cutting out in between animations so that the game played better. I can't speak to how that gameplay feels though, Cass.
Yeah, bad.
Okay, so did a bad job of it.
Every time I try to get out of the way of the get position away from the tackle, he just gives up on it. So clearly I need to get him to tackle me, but not tackle me. I need him to get him to follow through with the animation. Does that mean I have to wait until the last second? But I can't do that because I can't get far enough away because the camera doesn't fucking cooperate.
Do you want me to look up a guide?
Maybe. Oh, Johnny Baggett has a great idea. I have an idea. Have Charky can do the audio on playthrough so we can get a second opinion on it.
No, thank you.
No?
No, I don't own this game.
I can parsec it.
Also, I had a snack in my mouth. Sorry. I think that with Parsec, we would have a little thing in the corner flashing up most of the time that says hey, connections are a little weird. I've never been able to disable that.
I'll figure something out.
And folks, if you want me to play this game, feel free to drop a subscription. Every dollar goes towards me buying bad games. Not true.
Get tired already.
Oh. Actually, Johnny has a good idea. Well, actually, never mind. It's not a good idea.
What's the idea?
Steam family share.
That is a good idea. We can make that work. I have slots open. Okay, look up a guide.
Look up a guide. Okay, yep, I was in the middle of that.
This lady is actually getting more exhausted and tired of our bullshit at this point. She's no longer smiling and happy about it. She's just like,
are you fucking kidding me?
Come on, I could have beaten this guy, Dane.
There's a guide on how to change the in-game language.
Great, for all that's worth.
Okay. Oh, the fights are all numbered.
What if I just mash X? Oh, god damn it.
Well,
you need to counter his attacks, cast his magic mouse. There's no counters in this game. There's no counter button.
This is very poorly organized guide because it just says fight 11, fight 13, fight 14. I forgot to say fight 12.
Look up tackle, Control F tackle, and see if that. Oh! Wait, is he punching me, or... I couldn't tell because I fell out of the animation.
I think he's getting a drink.
We've not had to counter a single attack prior to this point. The game has not taught us how to counter attacks. And there's nothing you can look up to because there's no fucking menus. There's no tutorials. There's no text that says here's what this does. The closest thing we have is I press a button and it shows me these fucking things. This is X. Wait. So is it a timing thing? Is it I do the dodge, but then the dodge isn't like, you know, like this prolonged animation. You dodge on your back, like on your feet within a second, and also like they have like a dozen attacks.
I don't understand how this guide is even remotely organized.
There we fucking go. So it is like dodging at the last second when he does the tackle, which is what I thought it was, but I could not get him to do the tackles consistently, so it was...
This guy, I was looking up, is beyond shit, so you're on your own.
Tackle me again. Come on. You know you want to. Okay, here we go.
Alright, there we are. Phase 1 complete.
Pretty good fighter. No one's ever beaten my tackle before. I hope it restores my health if this fight's gonna fucking go on. Yeah, you know, having no dialogue or any, like, menus in your game is a great idea until you run into mechanics. Oh, moody lighting.
Where's chat? Okay, I can look at chat again.
Alright, L2 still isn't effective. I just want to trigger the tackle again. Give it another shot. Maybe it'll work this time, buddy. Here we go.
So earlier, Sid says that this is getting your ass beat ASMR.
Come on. Just go for the tackle. Stop doing other moves.
Where I have somehow lost the Discord window. Here it is. Oh. I had time to tune back in, I guess.
Yeah.
You seem busy.
Okay, so dodge. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Maybe this will motivate him to do the tackle. He's like, alright, my fists aren't working. Alright, and go! Nope, he didn't do it! I need to move before it hits me. Right? But then, like, when I start moving, he gives up on it. Because he's like, oh, you're out of range, or you're too far away, or the angle's not ideal, so I'm just gonna give up on this. Go!
So one of the few...
This is so fucking frustrating!
One of the few things I remember from watching playthroughs of this game, specifically the Giant Bomb playthrough, I think, was that this fight's a pain in the ass.
He's gonna do the tackle. No,
You're walking too far out of his...
But if I'm not far away, if he tackles me, he wants to tackle when I'm standing right next to him, but then he has like a crazy hitbox on it, so he's guaranteed to tackle me.
You need to stay in that tackle line, but you need to get further away from him, just like... See, now that was just a bad position.
Oh,
You need to get further away, but he needs to still have like direct line of sight to you for the tackle to go off.
I wonder what phase of the fight it's going to start from. That's what your face looks like when you get the shit beat out of you, Dane.
This is what you look like right now.
Alright, at least it started us off from phase 2, 3. Fucking finally.
Hey.
Now just mash square like my life depends on it, because it does.
Are you ready for a stream snack review?
Please. Anything to take my mind off the pain.
Tonight I had a great value. Dark chocolate, peanut, and almond sweet and salty chewy granola bar.
I think I've had those before. I remember them being alright.
They're alright, yeah. I'll say for such a small bar, took a while to eat because it's very heavy.
Dense, yeah.
Dense, yeah, dense is a good word for it.
I know the food words.
Magic Meows asked how good of a value was it? Like no food's a good value anymore, really.
Yeah.
No, I take it back. The stacker that they introduced at Taco
Yeah, well, that's a great
good
value. It's literally just a quesadilla, which costs $5.99 otherwise, or what have you. But they just folded it, and that somehow reduces the price by $3. God fucking bless them. Ugh. I can just keep mashing X, by the way. There's no timing on the dodging, really. The timing is you press X in or around some frame of the animation. Any frame will do. Okay. I don't know why it's slow motion there, but...
Cool.
Or maybe, like, maybe I can actually hit him now? Maybe, like, it's trying to tell me, like, no, no, no. Fuck!
There's a guide on speedrun.com for this game.
What does that say?
Throw light punches until the light turns blue, and then hit L1 to do finisher attacks. That's the entire guide.
Those don't work. Every time I do that, he just punches me out of it. This is the only thing that's worked. There it is.
No, I'm sorry. I meant that's the guide for the entire game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool, JoJo shit. Muda!
Thank God that's over. No, Dane, don't! This is a bad idea! No! He was gonna die! He's gonna die from the fall. You don't need to go with him. Oh, maybe this is a two-story building.
Oh, she's trapped in the Phantom Zone.
Now remember, Dane, whatever you do, never punch a guy out a window, then fall after him. That's the one piece of advice I'm gonna give you.
I thought he was still in midair. Wait. Oh, was there a balcony down below? There wasn't before. I'm pretty sure there was not a balcony down there before.
Have I ever told you you look like my mom and I love you?
Why was she here?
Presumably they were the ones who did the kidnapping, or were involved in the kidnapping in some capacity, or earthquake.
Okay. Godzilla.
In New York.
Cloverfield.
Also, why is everything
Anyway,
on fire outside?
It's good. It's good to see that. Remember that cigarette that got flicked
Oh
earlier?
yeah.
The oil?
Okay. I was gonna say, did
Well,
this guy
now that-
spontaneously combust?
Well, now that Soul has been defeated, Dane's mom can come back to life. So that's good.
That's what we've been working towards this whole time. And then they both died. Be cool about fire safety.
What is the times on the Quiet Man, because these cutscenes are unskippable.
Yeah.
Fastest time is 1 hour 20 minutes.
Ooh. This is a gameplay, by the way. This is FMV cutscene. We're not carrying her at this current juncture. Maybe we will. Who's to say? I don't remember this game completely. Bits and pieces is coming back to me.
For me, it always sounds like this.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, we're gonna use her as a weapon. You have a baseball bat, I have a lady. I'm gonna swing her around.
Have you seen the trailer for for Bloopers Silent Hill 2 yet? Because I have not.
No, I've deliberately avoided it because I think the game's gonna stink on ice.
Oh, it will.
And I'm not interested in hate watching things of that nature. Maybe it was like funny bad. Maybe it was the kind of game that had potential to be like, you know, amusing to me, but I'm just gonna feel like offended by it. I'm just gonna be personally like angry at it. So I don't need to
I'm gonna watch it just to be informed. I'm not gonna watch it just for the sake of hating it. I'm not gonna. I mean, the trailer.
Sure.
I'm not gonna watch it for the sake of hating it, but I'm also not gonna watch it because I'm interested in it on a level of playing it. But I want to see what actually happens to this thing.
It will be a story for sure. It may even
Although
well be
there's
a Bad Game Hall of Fame candidate. Who's to say?
Yeah. There's also that new free, like, not PT thing that they just put out that Bluebird did not make apparently, but it's a 2-hour Silent Hill thing. That maybe I'll play that in the Discord.
Beam Splash saying, I don't want to hate watch. Quote, Cassidy playing The Quiet Man. I'm not hate watching this. I'm not even hate playing it. I got mad a little bit at that one sequence that sucked. But, you know, I play these games so that people can see them and understand, like, what went wrong so we can talk about the design of them and, like, the mistakes they made. I wouldn't call that a hate watch, necessarily. I mean, we are having fun at the expense of really hardworking people who probably put, like, thousands of cumulative man-hours into making this game. But also, they made a bad game. And they charge money for it. So, you know, ultimately, it opens up to some amount of criticism. I will drink up.
I'm gonna use this string up as an opportunity to finish this drink. Of which there's a lot of drink left, so I'm gonna chug.
Chug, 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 chug. Be really cool if we had any idea what the tone of the scene is supposed to be. Wait, hold on. Oh, I see. I thought because the editing is so fucking bad in this. I was to presume that we like took her back and that was a scene after all this had happened. But no, that was just him flashing back to something or other.
So this is where
We are betrayed.
now
Or not, we're not even betrayed, because we beat the shit out of all these goons, and he probably thinks that we're the Quiet Man, so this actually is, he's completely justified in this. At least by my read. He could be having a villain monologue right here where it's like, you weren't supposed to find her, Dane, but we can't tell! Because there's nothing.
The singer would either have to say like, no wait, it's not him, he didn't kidnap me, or that was him, but you know, he didn't know what he was doing, don't hurt him. Or possibly like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Maybe that's what's happening here.
She seems okay with this now, though.
She's trying to calm him down. She's trying to protect Dane, presumably. Oh, great.
No.
Cool.
Alright. Oh, do we get to fight as her now? Never mind.
A quiet woman.
Well, she's a singer, so no.
That's true.
Wait, is she a singer, or does she just play the piano?
That's a really good question.
I think I think I call her the singer because I think that first poster of her was her in front of a microphone, so.
That's a really nice gun you have there. Really appreciate the rifling on it. I'm looking down the barrel right now, and... Alright, I lip read her saying please. At least there's that. Sid saying she makes piano noises into a microphone. The piano on stage just for show. She's like a Bismarcky type who can just like beatbox piano sounds or something. This is for making fun of my tie. Beam flashing the gun is made of sneakers, because there's questions in the chat if the gun was made of solid gold or what was supposed to be happening with that gun model. Ay, ay, ay.
What? This is not the right time for this question, but what was the deal with the golden gun? The man with the golden gun. What was special about that gun?
Nothing was special about the gun except for the fact that it was very compact and that Scaramanga could hide it. He could like unscrew it and make it look like a pen and a lighter. Then he would assemble it into his golden gun. The golden gun being a one-shot kill is because he was just an adept assassin who could kill with one shot. But in the games, they make it so that the gun is an instant kill because, I don't know, it makes it cooler. But the gun itself is not particularly special. And in the book, in the original Ian Fleming novel, it's just a golden revolver. This gold-plated revolver that he happens to have.
Hey, detective, maybe you should call for backup or something. There's like a building on fire behind you.
Yeah, you'd think the fire department would be here by this point.
Now, you know, in America, they called it Super Mario Brothers 2. But what you gotta understand is that in Japan, there's this game called Doki... You listen, kid?
God, I'm giving you, like, all the facts of the universe. I'm giving you everything I know here, and...
Now listen, Doki Doki Panic was made to promote a festival, right? But, Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan is too tough. So, they took that game. You know, it's okay, kid. It's okay. But I know it's tough, but listen, they took that game and they put some Mario sprites on it. And, yeah. At least in America is, yeah, he just keeps talking about Doki Doki Panic. We don't know where he got this information from, but it's really concerning us.
Oh, by the way, Cop is also the father figure, the dad, the one who beat him, presumably. At least I think. That's what I remember. That's what I recall. Anyway, these drawings just suck. Is there anything you can do to teach him, like color theory?
Forgive me? Oh.
High five. Low.
Sorry I made fun of your art, alright? You telling me you're still angry after all these years because I thought you were a bad drawer? Come on.
We're gonna work this case together, kid.
It says, when my son disappoints me, I become CGI.
Bobiner says, I'll always be a Sonic fan. You can't change me, Dad. So anyway, Super Mario Brothers 3 is... You know, if they were doing the visual indicator thing, they could have images on the screen. They could do some of those flashy overlays they were doing to say, like, here's, like, the gist of what's happening. Just an idea.
Yeah, they could have done a lot of things.
Anyway, how about this traffic, kid, huh? New York City traffic, can't beat it. Can't live with it, can't live without it.
That reminds me of City Connection. You know, in Japan, the driver was a woman, but they thought that wouldn't sell in America. So.
Also, this depth of field effect, again, is just fucking heinous. We're on Ultra. This is as good as it gets. Hey, good continuity with him having the scar on his cheek from the glass cutting him. At least there's that. Yeah. I like when games do little touches like that. You think there'd be a big welt on his head from where he got hit in the head with a baseball bat too, but, you know.
You remember Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, and, like, the prince just progressively losing more and more of his clothing because he'd get, like, a tear on something during a cutscene, and then he'd just go like, okay, just rip this whole sleeve off, and then, like, that sleeve would be gone for the rest of the game. That just having more and more of the rest of his clothing.
Nice touch. Remember when, oh my god, his eyes for a second there were, the lighting did not work there, but I was going to say, I remember Jake Gyllenhaal playing the Prince of Persia in a live-action movie.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I never saw that. That is not one I've... I've not seen a lot of movies.
Oh, you didn't watch that one? You didn't catch the one in theaters or on Duvda? You didn't seek that one out?
I think the only video game movie I actually saw in theaters was Hitman. One of the Hitman movies.
How'd that treat you?
Well, I saw it because I went to go see, like, the Mist, the Stephen King movie, and I didn't like it, so I just walked out and walked into another movie.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
And I liked it better than I liked the Mist.
Sid said, look, it's fine. Jake Gyllenhaal is of Israeli descent. That's just like Persia. That's a joke for me and a serious thing I remember Movie Bob posting. Oof. Yikes. All right, we're here.
I just had a moment where I wanted to check if I had the stream on mute.
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
It's after like 2 hours of this. It was
Yeah,
starting
actually,
to
I've been lying to
slip
you.
my mind.
I've been gaslighting you. There's been dialogue this whole time.
Now, son, I'm a cop, so could work, I guess.
Do we have backup? Is he gonna
Actually, I'm just
assist in any way?
assuming he's a cop. I'm assuming he's still on the force.
Yeah, or a detective.
I mean, he's detective coded. He's wearing a trench coat.
Hey, new enemies. 2/3 of the way
That's
through the
true.
game. Oh, look, he is actually doing something. He's doing our classic move. Let's be like a father and son duo. Oh, wait, I gotta knock out one of these guys first. Okay.
Had a joke, just abandon it.
Go for it.
Now,
That bad, huh?
nope. I had an idea, and then I remembered the plot of this game, and I was like, no.
Good, another seamless transition. What do you think they're cutting on there? Are they cutting cheese? Is that a fruit of some sort?
That looked like some sort of greens. Zucchini? No. We need get
What?
she says in here. Get the boundary break going.
Let's look around this kitchen in case they. Oh, that's a lot of
Also-
dishes. They're.
One of the guys I
One
was looking at was implying that there were more environmental things throughout the game. I don't know why we're not finding them.
We're gonna make him eat bread right now. That's the next environmental action.
I'm allergic to gluten. Ugh.
Ow. How about I do this?
Thank you, Magic Meows, for putting that and saving me the
Good.
work of doing that later. Codeman says, "Thing I remember from watching someone else's stream of both modes is how much worse the dialogue was than I imagined in the first playthrough.
We'll find out. We'll
Like,
get to it in
the
our
story
second
gets somehow
playthrough.
worse.
On second thought, maybe it's better off if we don't hear this.
It would be, I feel, extremely funny if YouTube's copyright flag hit this video somehow.
Yeah, that ambient droning. Yeah, that's part of the sound library. We'll be taking that 20 cents you were gonna make. Ay, kid. Gonna have to clean this whole mess up after you. Oh, Codeman38 makes a good point. The Imogen Heap song in the ending could, potentially.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just have to talk over the credits. Which we were gonna do anyway, so, you know. I'm sorry, can we go back to being friends again? Hug it out.
Listen, it was all a big misunderstanding.
Can't wait to hear what they're saying. I can't wait to know what the plot of this game is. In my second playthrough of it. I do like the soundtrack's trying to do something here as he talks. Maybe he talks in harpsichord.
Tay, I'm sorry, can you speak up? Also, Tay, I know you know sign. Also, don't turn away from him if you're
If you're trying to deliver
you're
this
relying on lip
soliloquy,
reading.
yeah. It's great that this is all CGI, not a live action. They couldn't have recorded this one. Couldn't have given this guy an acting moment to deliver his monologue, right?
Well, I mean, well...
I mean, to be clear, in the second playthrough, like there's full audio for these cutscenes, so we will see the performance in full at a certain point.
I was about to say, we will get his performance still, because it's still the guy, but yeah, in the first playthrough, we don't get a performance. I guess except for the mocap.
But who's to say he did his own mocap? Who's to say these actors did their own motion capture?
Which is true.
All right.
Has your hair finished loading? Okay. Good.
All right, that guy's a blocker. This guy ain't. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What?
Whoa, whoa! And one for you, and one for you, and one for you, and one for you.
This is like NetherRealm Studios fighting style.
The NetherRealm School of Martial Arts.
Yeah.
The get over here, foo.
we just need to like see the world's worst crouch kicking, and like that'll be it.
I'm in L2 mode. Why am I not like doing like instant finishers on? Okay, there we go.
Is it L2 or L1?
L2. All right. He should have slid him across the bar. I mean, come on. It's such an obvious slam dunk of a...
It looked like that was going to happen for a second, but then you just warped somewhere else.
Then you remember we're playing the Quiet Man. No fun allowed.
Bob asks if this is basically just a bad Arkham combat.
Arkham had more complexity and more depth than this.
Well, hence bad Arkham combat.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, the lock-on is certainly egregious enough. Hey, how about that Suicide Squad game, huh?
I haven't... I actually haven't seen much on it. Actually, I've somehow dodged the discourse around the release, at least. I know everything leading up to it, but I haven't heard anyone talk about this actual post-release.
Seems rough. Especially the plot, especially the story. The synopsis is not flattering.
Yeah, honestly, the only things I've heard have been, like, plot stuff. I haven't heard anyone talk about, like, how the game plays.
Yeah, that stuff is almost, like, secondary to, like, you know, the Injustice games, for example. Like, I don't really play that many fighting games. I'm especially not good at the Mortal Kombat ones where you have to hold a button to block. That's just, I can't do that mentally. But I still like those games for the story. You know... I like watching like the movie versions of them on YouTube or whatever, because the plots are compelling, because they do interesting things with that story. They tell an intriguing story there. So like that's the like, you know, that what's that shitty Gotham Knights one where it's you know, all the proteges, all the Robins like stepping up while Bruce is gone. That game didn't have the best story, but it had like some neat character moments in it, so I enjoyed watching those on YouTube. Like, that's the thing with a comic book game, is that, you know, there's still like a lot of continuity to pull from, a lot of story stuff you can do that people will find interesting. What is happening there? I was mashing X, and instead of doing like a singular dodge, I just kept slowing down time. I wanted to hit that guy. But anyway, yeah, so it seems like that Suicide Squad game doesn't even have that. It seems like it really dropped the ball on the story. And also, my theory is that Rocksteady is salting the earth because they don't want to make these fucking DC games anymore.
Yes.
And so they're just like, well... Yeah, I'm not spoiling anything.
I was going to say it for myself. Without spoiling the game, what I heard about the story was that it sounded like Rocksteady was like, we don't want to make these anymore.
Yeah, it is. We're going to put this story in a state where you cannot make us come back to do another fucking one of these. Let us do some original games. Fuck. There we go. And hopefully that's just one last guy left and I can move on to the next set piece after this. And it recharges my health a little bit to do my L2 move, so at least there's that. That buys us a little bit more time. Alright, which way do we go?
Dealer's choice.
Oh, there's only one choice. I just don't know which one it... I'm waiting for the controller to vibrate. That'll tell me where I need to go. It vibrated a beat here. Oh, there we go. Alright. Yeah, I hope Rocksteady gets to work on whatever fucking game it is they want to work on. They'll do the next Avengers game. Finally moving on up in the world, getting away from those pesky superhero games. Wow, this place really went to shit.
I just looked up. The only game that they made that wasn't one of these Batman games was Urban Chaos Riot Response.
Yes. Waiting for that Urban Chaos 2, the squeakquel. Long time coming. Anyway, can we get this fight over with? You know, we're gonna open up the club in a couple hours again, and we gotta tidy the place up, and...
You know, without any sort of audio or accessibility options to, like, discern what's going on, I do not feel compelled to, like, follow this plot.
Well, we're following it to a conclusion here. We are very near the end.
I mean...
And it will all make sense, clearly.
And, you know, that's one reason, you know, obviously to push for, you know, more accessibility options so that you can follow the goddamn story.
It's crazy people have to wait a week. Like, you beat the game and you didn't immediately have the second playthrough, so you had a week to think about this, like, how shitty the game was, and then be like, you know what? Actually don't want to play that update. Actually not even gonna bother, as it turns out.
They'll give you a week to stew on it and then be like, you want to play it again?
I think this game launched full price.
I don't think it did, but I can look that up.
Yeah, if you check, like, Steam DB, it'll give you, like, a price history of the game. Okay, Johnny Bag is saying no, not full price. At least there's that.
Okay.
I'm just amazed Square Enix would launch a game for not full price.
Let me get those charts. That's the wrong chart. 2 players right now. So, on Steam. So literally you and one other person.
Oh, good for them.
Price history. Here we go. Okay. All time. I think it was $15 at launch. No, it wasn't. This is incorrect.
That's incorrect, yeah. It's
Price history
30.
is limited. View full data for free by signing in.
Fuck. You have to have been at least 30. Maybe 40.
No, Square Enix, I'm looking at a very old article from Pace Magazine. Square Enix has announced that The Quiet Man will release digitally for the price of $15.
Okay. At least there's that. You know, if you're going to release this game, you might as well budget price. They knew what the game was going to be, too, because there was not a kind word said about it in any of the pre-release stuff. Between that, like, disastrous show floor demo at PAX and just, like... the fact that they stealth announced it, they basically announced it within like a few months it was out. They didn't have any like trailers for it that like played on like E3. They did not have faith in this project. I think they realized at a certain point that it was a money sink and treated it accordingly. Oh, it's this fucking guy. It's Ty. Our longtime rival.
A long-time handkerchief dispenser.
I can't wait to hear what this guy sounds like.
Exactly like Daffy Duck. It says tase subordinate tie.
I don't think L2 works on this guy. Oh, it's... I'm mashing the X button right now. I'm prolonging this as long as possible. His face is slowly returning to normal. Ooh. Okay, I'm bored. Let's see what's over here. There we go. I think I used a beer bottle there, so maybe if I stand by this... Oh, never mind. He's just vulnerable now, so I might as well just...
Yeah.
There was, like, no combo in the middle of my light punches where I could, like, move the triangle and, like, do anything with that. Ow. Rude. Fuck. I can barely follow this.
Yeah, that's true of most of the game.
Maybe that's what I'm supposed to counter? If such a mechanic truly exists. Oh, you get him while he's doing his tie! That's it! It's when he's doing his fucking tie! That's where he's vulnerable!
Oh, this is like Punch-Out! You just gotta wait for, like, their, iconic tell.
I hope we strangle him with his tie. That would be the... Oh, that's the only way this fight should end.
Or you just yank his tie off and he just, like, ragdolls to the ground. Like he took out his control unit.
Yeah, dude, your punches weren't working.
Hell yeah,
I'd have
take an
given
8.
up. Yeah. Goes up to Tay. Yeah, sorry about your subordinate. He's all tied up right now. Turning back at asking, did his left arm get burned when I wasn't looking? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Maybe it was always burnt. Maybe he, the ties.
Oh.
Why's your mouth bloody suddenly? We weren't bloody in that cutscene. We weren't bloody during that fight.
Hey, Dad, where were you, like, that entire time? Did you hear that? Because I didn't. Oops.
That's right. It was him the entire time. Dane had misremembered that encounter completely. It wasn't actually the leader of the SOL, it was him. And he would have gotten away with it too. If it wasn't for these pesky flashbacks. All I wanted were those cool sneakers! And your mom had to walk on by.
I've
Huh?
done something to the Discord stream. Okay, we're back.
I thought he was gonna hold up the sneakers for a second. I actually convinced myself that he was about to hold up the sneakers to the screen. It's the mask again.
Everyone in the city has that mask. There's no reason Tay should have this mask after we last saw Soul holding it.
This mask is hideous. It was overpriced. You know how much money I spent on that mask? Only to discover that everyone else had the mask too? My Halloween was ruined that year, and that's why I became a villain, Dane. Oh, that's a stupid villain motivation. This guy keeps pointing the gun at his own head.
Yeah, that's...
And his finger's on the trigger, too. He has no trigger discipline.
Yeah, that's bad form, I think.
Pull the trigger and get the scene over with. Oh, there we go. Ow. What did he trip on?
Get closer so I can use this gun on you. Give me back my shoes or I swear to God I'm gonna shoot that kid's mom.
There's almost a story being told here. Right?
I mean, we're missing, I would say,
like, you know, like,
half of what's usually used.
in terms of, like, you know, a crime plot, in terms of a, like, you know, crime origin story, a crime mafia movie type thing, you could potentially do something with, like, you know, a heavy who has a tragic backstory that ties into, and, like, the mistake he made, you know, like, misremembering a situation he's being taken advantage of, and...
Now, a thing I didn't mention earlier, I was going to mention, was that we saw this shot earlier where they were literally both holding the gun. So we knew they were... Yeah. Because I saw that, and I was going to say something like, we shot this kid's mom together, as friends. But like you were talking, I didn't get that one out.
Anyway, this guy is stupid. To pick up the gun afterwards, get his prints all over it. I mean, I guess they're already on there because they were holding on to the gun together, but they continue to hold on to it till the police come.
Yeah, I better wait till the police come so I can give this to them, let them know what I saw.
Beam Flush saying, is it just going to be that Tay is going to step up and shoot his mom again? Magic Meow saying, has anyone said the kid looks way too old to be holding hands with his mom? Wait, son.
I need to tell you about Crazy Castles of Bugs Bunny.
You're not gonna believe it, son. 4 versions of the same game. It's licensing, Dane. Never forget. It was a licensing conundrum. So again, yeah, it's like, he uses the charcoal. I would love, like, you know, to move him onto, like, pens or pencils, even. Okay, I know there's a lot of paintings on the wall, but this isn't actually an art class. I'm actually a trained psychiatrist.
This is his OC that he's working on. It's cool, edgy OC. Called the Quiet Man.
Tiger Chimera saying, there's something weirdly poetic about someone telling their dying words to a deaf person that's wasted on this game.
How did he have the mask now?
Well, that was the mask that Tay threw to the ground, presumably.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the theory that everyone here has this mask. Everyone in this city actually owns one of these masks. They gave them out, like, last year. You could register on the post office's website in New York, and they would send you out a mask.
What you drawing there, sport?
Oh, cool OC.
Now this is one that in the second playthrough, it's still not going to make any sense because we don't understand ASL. So, unless they have subtitles for this.
It's actually very loud sign language, so you'd be able to hear it.
I mean, ASL should have subtitles like anything else would. It is language.
Yes.
Time to embrace our destiny. Okay.
Wow, I can't see anything. There's actually no eye holes in this.
Yeah, still the same moves. I was gonna say that maybe this changes something, but no. Wait, no, our grab is slightly different. Our grab punch might actually have a slightly different animation. We'll see. Yeah, it's just like uppercuts.
Okay.
It's all focused on the face now. That's character growth right there. This is almost a cool filter. Almost.
The dead mom stage is banned at melee events.
Oh, they knocked me out of my L2. So, even though we're superpowered, presumably, with the mask on, we still get knocked out of...
I don't think you're necessarily superpower, but you are enraged. But yeah, you can still get knocked out of your focus mode.
Alright, use this, recover a little bit of health. A slightly new animation for that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I don't think that was the dude I was targeting.
Jesus.
Oh, and that kick is slightly different. It's like a scissor kick type thing.
It also seems worse, like slower.
Alright, how many more goons am I gonna have to fight after this guy?
Maybe this is like Devil May Cry 5, and if you start fighting better, the vocals will kick in.
Oh, full moon out tonight. Alright, this is the final stage. Not a moment too soon.
Don't be too excited.
Oh, his hair does not look great in this cutscene for some reason with the mask.
It looks like he's wearing a helmet.
It looks like the hair is part of the mask, yeah. Yeah, I still got a gun, Dane. Sure you want to do this?
He's looking down and to the left like he's like zoning out.
Ooh. Let's try dodging. I somehow dodged that. That somehow counted as a dodge. That's a dodge.
The first secret to fighting is to back yourself against a wall.
no one puts Dane in a corner. Except Dane himself. It's part of his long strategy. Alright, L2 does not break through his guard. Trying to find, like, if there's, like, counter timing. Okay. He did, like, a thing, like, where he was adjusting for a second. I feel like that would be, like, the vulnerability spot.
You a kickboxer?
Presumably. Ah, oh, come on.
Does not care.
Alright, so it begins again.
Yep. Wow, long time no see. Still shit at fighting, aren't you?
Turn the video quality back up. Turn the video quality back up. I can just keep dodging. There we go. Or no, it's not that? Oh, there we go. I managed to counter.
What's the counter button?
There's just a punch. It's just any attack.
Oh.
But the timing seems to be very specific. They heard about parries, and they tried to implement it.
I like how his head, like, sprung right back into place for most of those hits.
Stop faking like that's the thing that I can hit you during. There we go.
His foot gingerly approaching your torso. Magic Meow says the cameraman really needs to wipe the lens.
Dane, bad idea.
What martial art is this?
Kung Fu. Why didn't he just knock the gun out of the hand or move the direction of the gun? He was close enough that he could have just steered the hand so the shot missed.
I've always wanted to do this.
In fact, it took an extra step for him to get in front of the gun. Yeah. Oh. Well, that's the end.
Boy, what a crazy adventure we had.
I guess we're both in heaven now. I guess this is the afterlife.
I can't believe we managed to get away. We're going different directions with this.
That was one crazy night. All I'm saying is, you know, you should try wearing a mask every once in a while. I think it'd really suit you. You'd look really cool. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, but are
Like,
they
literally
really pulling it
everyone
off?
Literally everyone I've met has worn the same mask at one point in time or another. Anyway, you look like my mom. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's... Oh, and you're hitting on me. It's like kind of like you're hitting on your mom, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You want to go out?
Oh, you look so hopeful. Oh, really thought that would, like, win me over. I'm sure this scene's gonna be great when you can finally hear it in the second playthrough. I'm sure this is really gonna tie the whole thing together. Anyway, I was there for that too, I guess. I guess I remember that scene. Somehow that was my flashback, as the frame would imply, because we cross-faded onto my face. Well, can Tay not hear us now?
So, this game has paranormal stuff now, I guess.
Finally, an effective dodge.
Pro Striker says, the fuck?
I can't move in this, by the way. I'm
Alright,
standing completely still, and I can't do anything about it.
Do you have to do anything to do this?
I think I'm pressing X to dodge. What if I don't do that? I should have predicted that much. They certainly gave me plenty of time to do it. No one to blame but myself for that. I mean, I did deliberately, but... Hey, we should make that face under the mask. Okay. Now let's try, every button, nothing working. Oh! I pressed square, I did like a counter, and that's what moved me forward. Otherwise, we could have stood there all day dodging bullets, presumably. Oh, now I move. Oh, huh? Oh, I guess you got up.
Hey, it's some sort of phantasm. Let's get him.
It's not even an environmental thing. I thought I was gonna put him through the glass and like send him flying downstairs or whatever, but no. Anyway, what was your question?
You know what would have been a better New Game Plus than like having audio?
What?
First of all, have audio the first time, but like New Game Plus, you play as this guy.
Yeah.
It's this version of yourself.
Oh, I pressed triangle to see if I could like do anything near the lady, but it zoomed to the nearest person instead. I'm just gonna keep pressing triangle and just keep doing this move. Just keep doing the Shawn Michaels super kick.
Yeah. Don't forget to slap the thigh.
Through the barbershop window. Have another animation. Have two. Have this go back and forth between two of them. That's all I'm asking for. Let's see how far away this works. Can I... No, they're not really letting me build distance here. Wait.
Alright, go for it.
Okay, no, so not from there. There.
Okay.
Super kick party. The Young Bucks would be proud, says Carmen. I'm just gonna keep sending dudes after me. Like, players would figure out by now that you just press the button to win the fight.
Whoa. Does your L2 do anything?
No. It's like I'm in a perpetual state of L2 right now, basically.
I mean, yes, but I didn't know if you could go, like, a step beyond.
Now, let's try something else.
We get it.
Well, none of this shit instant kills or anything. Like, doing... Oh, grab. Of course. Anyone behind me gonna do anything about this?
Just making puree out of his dick.
There's two dudes standing behind me right now. I can't punch behind me anymore, by the way. They removed that ability. They're just watching this, like, well, I don't want to get my dick smashed.
They're videotaping. They know this is going to go viral.
World star. Weird trail effect on the eyes there.
Hey,
oh, that's cool.
Kick his ass?
Oh, this rules. This guy's way cooler than Dane is.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the bird mask anymore. That'd be cooler. That's a weird smile. You have tried this before, my dude.
Want to try it again? All right, maybe this
Oh
will work.
yeah, well let's see. Let's see if you can handle my fists. I'd like to see you do that again.
Oh, would you? Can I grab him? Please tell me I can grab him. Yeah, here we go. Let's just drain all his health doing this. Then we'll put him down gingerly. Look at the way his legs flop.
Yeah.
No, that's probably enough, right?
We will rock you.
Alright, that wasn't enough.
I'd like to see you try that again. What did you do? Did you, like, curl him or something?
Elf Bowling a 9, The Quiet Man. Or was it 10? I can't remember the numbering of that series.
Stop hitting me, please. Listen to me. Oh, fuck.
Remember our cool handshake?
Now, this is actually all part of the secret handshake.
Also, where are the bullets? Where did he get shot? I get that,
No,
his superpower form was him imagining himself like that while he was in rage. I get that this is like this is what he looked like the entire time he was doing it, but
Generating health, that's a gameplay mechanic.
sequel, he's gonna come back. Weren't you tied up?
Why is he speaking in piano? Like, we haven't mentioned that. Like, when people talk, it doesn't sound like muffled talking.
It sounds like
just
an
sounds like
instrumental
notes.
accompaniment, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the mask? Pretty cool, right?
You want to try it on?
Gross. Sid saying, but love is the quietest man of them all. By the way, I can't hear. Yeah, we know. So I want to believe this is supposed to be like familial love, that she's becoming like a mother figure to him in this moment, and that it is not like romantic love between these two, because they're crossing the wires here in a way that I don't love.
I mean, now, do you not love it platonically, or do you not love it romantically?
I don't love the idea of him falling in love with romantic love with someone who. Oh, by the way, game's not over. You might have thought it was, but. Ready for one last twist?
I don't think this game is going to make any more sense when we play it with audio. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm here. I can't read lips.
So what's the fucking deal, dude?
So we no longer have our supernatural powers.
Yeah, nah.
But we're definitely okay, despite having been shot like several times.
Oh,
Okay, we're
also,
relatively okay.
Yeah, we're lagging here.
Speaking of lagging,
I was dodging. I think I was missing the counter window there.
okay, so I'll amend that we're more okay than we should be, considering what happened to us.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for an opportunity to counter. Because obviously this isn't going to do anything. Oh, wait, no. Alright, spoke too soon. I assumed he was going to work like every other boss.
Tiger Chimera says, honestly, this game's plot gives me the vibes of David Cage writing a game after watching some silent movies. There is some David Cagean
Yeah, absolutely.
stuff in here, isn't there?
I'm just waiting for an opportunity to fucking counter again. But I guess I shouldn't. I guess I should give up on that. I should just keep spamming attacks, and eventually, yeah, you just guard break him. Okay.
Dane doesn't care where he's punching as long as he's punching.
Yeah, So the final boss ends up being this a huge pushover. Unless there's another phase where the fight completely changes.
At the entirety of the fight?
Nope.
Nope.
This is just like the Metal Gear Solid 4 fight between Snake and Rolf Rossa. It's a fight of equally epic scale and stakes. And an equal amount of history to pull from. So when you see these two dudes are winded, you feel that. Look at him. I think he was supposed to be like leaning against this, but it didn't quite work out that way. Comments from the chat are, this game refuses to be finished, from ProStriker92. Magic Mouse saying, it's a for a 3-hour game, this game sure keeps going. I assure you this is the final fight. For realsies this time. It also ain't much of a fight.
There you go.
Wow, I kicked him really far. Really far?
They gotta do that thing where they run at each other and they both have their fists up and they go for a punch at the same time. Yeah, can I call him or can I call him? But whose mask flew off? Who got hit?
Ah, nap time. I'm all tuckered out. That's only a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's gotta be pretty cold up there.
You think this would be quiet in the Edge version 2?
Yeah.
Wow, you suck at fighting. Get up and do that again. One more time. Big old music number.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Oh, actual music number.
Yeah.
Is this the one that's going to get copyright?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Okay, so
let me first go ahead, drop this by a few decibels while we talk over it. Secondly, let me play my fucking victory screen. So that was Quiet Man playthrough number 1.
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can you see?
First of many.
The first of 2. Are we still committed to doing a second playthrough of this?
I mean, for completion's sake, we have to.
We have to know what happened in this game. And we're gonna find a way to get you to play it, because I do want to get your opinion on the gameplay here. Because my experience with beat 'em up stuff and being able to critique the gameplay, I mean, it was simplistic. That's all I can really say about it without really understanding the nuance of it. Thank you for the subscription, Ace Taylor 1TBA. I hope that we, I hope we earned that tonight. I feel like I did. I feel like I suffered enough to warrant it. I wasn't even suffering. We were consistently amused, at least till the last act. It dragged in the last hour. If we had, like, if we weren't playing it for stream, if we had, been afforded to be able to take a break, like in the way a casual person would play the game, right? They would play like for an hour, maybe take a breather, come back to it. Maybe it's a bit more digestible in that form, but to marathon it all in 3 hours, like watching a movie, probably not the ideal way. That being said, this is a strange. You'd think there would be credits over this, right? That this would be like a credit sequence, but this is just a.
Oh.
Remember all these characters?
Yeah, it's just AMV.
I'm just gonna treat it like a credit sequence, because there is like a credits you can unlock in the game, or not unlock. You just go to the menu, you go to the options. There's a credits roll you can go to. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get like I still stand by this being one of the best worst games. It's a so bad it's fascinating sort of situation. Yeah, it's so baffling. It definitely warrants the attention it got at that moment in time, to say the least. It definitely warrants the scores it got in terms of being just so content light, in terms of being so confused in its messaging and what it's trying to convey, and especially when it launched and reviewers didn't have the benefit of the dialogue version. So like everyone reviewed this game with just this version that we played right now. And, like, no one's gonna go back and re-review it and give it a second chance with the dialogue. Not that I think it would improve anything in terms of, like, the cores of the core mechanics, in terms of, like, the fundamentals of gameplay, which were certainly lacking, in presentation, which is muddied. I'm glad it exists, obviously. The only bad thing is that, no one's gonna try anything like this again. No one wants to be compared to this game. I feel like this is probably like gonna scare folk off of making games centered around the deaf protagonist, just because they know that the second they do, what's the immediate point of comparison? And if the game is lackluster in any way, all the headlines will read, "The next Quiet Man?" So in that sense, I feel
like they'd have to fuck up phenomenally to be called The Next Quiet Man.
Yeah, I suppose so. I just worry that people will take any middling game, that people are so desperate to have bad games to rally around to make content out of, that any game that's even like slightly below average, below par, they will warp and pretend that it is like way worse than it is, just so they can draw a point of comparison. But that's like a really convoluted worry for me to have, obviously. I think, you know, there's still a door open here. I still think there's a potential. I think the underlying concept could be done in a way that is respectful, in a way that actually promotes some like, degree of accessibility, in a way... I don't think a beat-em-up is the right genre for this. I think, like, fundamental, like, you know, bottom line, beat-em-up is not the genre this game should have been. I don't know what else it would be, but this clearly did not work.
Character action game.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what is a character action game if not just, like, a very elaborate beat-em-up? I guess I really don't know the difference between those two in terms of, like, when you're looking at the fundamentals of genre.
More nuance and control.
Okay. I'll grant you that. An adventure game, Tiger Chimera suggests. An adventure game could be good. Yeah. Or even like a first-person shooter.
You know what? I'm sure... I feel like you will actually probably find a lot of games in the indie scene that do actually attempt to tackle this in a better way than, you know, Human Head and Square Enix did.
Most certainly. Hey, remember this?
This is just...
Remember this from 2 minutes ago?
Do you just keep fighting the final boss until you turn off the game console?
We've been family for years. And nothing's ever come between us until tonight. Until her?
Wait, that's what he was mad about?
That what happening to you is also what's happening to me. You're blinded by grief. Me, by ambition.
That's not really a similar
That's what I thought he
scenario.
said.
How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to Club Moonrise. And thank you for indulging me a little musical escape from the world. Musical escape from the world. Musical escape from the world. Escape from the world.
Turn off the game. Turn off the game.
It is the greatest performance of my career. The night I was kidnapped.
Oh, what could that possibly be? Maybe we'll find out next time. So I own this game now.
Oh, come on. I could have just Steam Family shared it to you.
It was like $3.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, I guess that squares it up for... I guess that settles it for next time, that you will, in fact. But, I mean, you gotta beat the game first.
Yeah,
to unlock
true.
the second playthrough, so...
But that way I can get good at it.
Does the name say Lala or Layla? Pick it up already, dude.
Lala. It says Lala.
Lala.
Oh, thank you.
I can't sing anymore. No one hears me
It's like I'm the quiet man.
anymore. I want to be taken away and just disappear.
So Johnny Baggett pointing out that we won't see it here, but there was a countdown at launch here before the update released, before the New Game Plus released. They would just cut to a timer at this point that says this much longer until the Quiet Man answered, which is the name of the update.
I'm going to kidnap you.
You stay right there.
You have unlocked the second gameplay mode featuring sounds and dialogue. What a novel concept, right?
They should have done one where you unlock sounds and then one where you unlock dialogue.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get it piecemeal. I
Yeah.
like that. They could have sold it as DLC. Could have been $5 a pop. This is leaving money on the table, Square Enix. No wonder you gotta get into the NFT grift at this point. Oh, see here, that's the muted playthrough, and this is the sound playthrough. But yeah, they break it down into 6 chapters like that. And hopefully, yeah, the subtitles will actually work in the subsequent playthrough. I'm sure it will. But yeah, let's return to desktop at this point. And that's going to do it for tonight, folks. That was The Quiet Man. That was, again, what patrons voted for. And we're going to play it again. We will come back to it. We will do a sound playthrough. An answered playthrough. Thank you for tuning in. We hope that you'll join us to see what the fuck happened in the story, to learn what happened in the plot for the second playthrough. But
They really should, instead of calling it answered, they should have called it the Audible Man.
the loud man.
Yeah.
Just a reminder that again, I was bringing up that this was voted for by patrons. If you are a Twitch subscriber, or a Discord booster, or a Patreon supporter, all these modes enable you to vote for the games that we long play in a given month. So I'm gonna link to the Discord here as well. Consider joining, consider hanging out with us, consider hanging out in our hang room. We might do, just because this is like such a brief game, maybe I'll run a second poll for our supporters. Maybe we will get to the second part of this sooner rather than later. We can pick a second game for this month to start on. Just an idea. And we got other stuff cooking as well. We've always got things in mind, streams planned in advance. I joke, I kid. We're always thinking about streaming. We don't have anything planned in advance. But, you know, we will come back again soon with something or other. This Saturday, we should probably do a simple series, a Euro trip, a trip to Europe. What say you, Charky?
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then we'll,
Those games aren't going to rank themselves.
That's true. Yeah, interesting game. I know we usually like spend this time to like really go through like all our deep thoughts on it. We did a little bit during the credits, but I think we'll have more to say. I think we'll come to more of a conclusion after you've played it for yourself and after that second playthrough.
I played it for myself twice.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Best of luck with that. Yeah, that'll do it for us, though, here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I've been Cass.
I'm Turkey.
Bye!
Wait.
No.
We gotta raid.
I always forget. Lord BBH is playing some variety of arcade game. They usually are, as it turns out. But I can't identify arcade games, or at least not like shooters as this one appears to be. Or maybe it's a driving game. I can't tell from the screenshot alone. Twitch is very cool. It's good that Twitch doesn't tell you precisely what they're streaming, what the stream title is. Leaves us in suspense. Makes it a mystery. Just like the second playthrough of The Quiet Man. We end on that cliffhanger with this first playthrough. It leaves us in suspense. Alright, can I say bye again?
Now you can say it.
Bye!
Good night, everybody.